to go live. Hey, look at that, we're live. Chatterbox number 19, a whole new narrative if I remember what I typed in. It's on the bottom right, so I can just fucking look on the screen and read that shit. I'm good. I'm a good fucking host. I am mad skilled. Let's see here. So we got a lot of interesting things. We actually, for once, we have a follow-up on something we talked about last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing we got really useful, but let's see here. I just got to do some stuff on Twitter. Boom. I was talking with Fadra on Twitter, and I figured, or Fadriana or whatever, and I'm like, well, I'll just send her a link to the thing if she really wants to see the hangout.
Oh, right on.
Maybe we might get
who that is,
viewer. Who knows?
Cool.
Let's see, Untitled. Damn it, I cannot spell. Untitled Studios. Watch me with your eye holes. There we go. That's a good tweet, right? That'll get people to want to watch.
Yeah, why not?
That's so disturbing sounding. Oh man, I'm quality entertainment.
Yeah. No, it's kind of perfect for you though. So.
Yeah, if
fits your personality.
So for the one thing that concerned me, okay, so the one thing that concerned me when I did have Xanax for my tinnitus and my anxiety together, is the one thing that I was genuinely worried about is it takes a lot of your inhibitions away.
All right.
And there's a lot of shit I don't say in like just interpersonal stuff when I'm like at work or stuff like where you're just not supposed to say certain things.
Right.
And that became very difficult.
I hear you, man. Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I was gonna say I know what you mean. Like, there's a lot of shit. It took me a long time to get my weirdness down to socially acceptable levels. So yeah, to have something that kind of takes that away again, like, oh fuck.
I don't know if it's weirdness. Do you know like comedians talk to each other?
Right.
They're just brutally honest, and they're like, the ones that are friends with each other, they'll be brutally honest, and they'll make jokes out of things that like really, if you were just talking, most people would not be okay with.
Right. That. Yeah, I hear you.
I was actually thinking about taking one and going on an open mic just to see, like, because I was like, I bet I could just scream at the audience for like all the time I have, and just they'd totally be okay with it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
So used to weird shit. I could just get through. You're all a bunch of fucking losers, screaming at them and shit. And at the end, I just really wanted to yell at like a bunch of people for 5 minutes and not get like in any trouble. Thanks. Peace out. Walk off the stage.
That kind of reminds me, dude. When I was the screaming that you're all a bunch of losers thing, I thought it was hilarious when I was younger, like 16, 17. Like when we'd go to lunch, for school lunch. The school lunch period was off campus or whatever. I thought it was hilarious to fucking when drive past like a school and the kids were out at recess, start screaming at all the kids that they were losers and they would never amount to anything. Like, that was fucking hilarious to me, dude.
Oh, see, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I would say shit like that to people. Like, I would be like, you're never going to fucking go anywhere if you don't actually do something, you loser.
Yeah.
And then I'd laugh.
Yeah.
That was not supposed to come out. I'm pretty sure. I didn't go quite that far, but, it was close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's crazy.
Okay, so the follow-up. So we actually have a follow-up for something we talked about last week that was completely fucking pointless.
All right, what do we got?
So we were talking about Taylor Swift disappearing from social media and how, like, who gives a shit?
Oh, right.
And it really was, there was a new album coming out.
Ah, damn.
Apparently $13.99. You can pre-order it now. Expected on November 10th, which is not that far after October. So all those people were right. The people that were saying there was a new album.
That's nuts.
I just watched the music video for Look What You Made Me Do, and it is fucking awful. Like, usually Taylor Swift songs are okay. Like, they're not bad or great, but they're, they're all right.
Right.
It was just frenetic and just disconnected and like somebody had tried to shove 100 songs into one song. It was just awful.
Yeesh.
I
I'm sure the
know.
fans will still eat it up, though, dude.
Oh no, I'm sure everybody will still like. It'll still sell a million fucking copies or billion copies, whatever she does, business she does as usual. I just was disappointed because I was just like, usually your stuff is pretty poppy and like, not. It's not terrible. Like it's background music. It's like a couple steps up from elevator music for sure.
Right.
But this was just like, I had trouble getting through the end of the video.
God damn, that's pretty rough.
We have an audience member, William, says he has a hole fetish. I'm so not surprised that anyone in our audience would have a hole fetish.
Right. Yeah, you're competing with Akinaro, man. You got to step up your game, Stench.
Yeah, it really. Start talking about molesting children or some crazy shit, or fucking a dog or something. I don't know, man.
Yeah, lolicon and shit. Yeah.
He's right, man. I don't know that he's being honest. In all honesty,
Yeah, it's a lot easier to think that he isn't being honest.
I think he exaggerates a lot. I think he just fucks with people.
Yeah. Or again, thinking that makes it a lot easier.
Look, we can't afford to lose fans, man. I can that's
50% of our core audience, dude.
Yeah, exactly. He's been with this channel since like the beginning, man. Dude's awesome.
Yeah.
I think he was a fan for so some of the people who were on this channel used to do stuff with the Lore Master Noja, who's also a lot of fun to watch, by the way. The Lore Master Noja. There's a lot of Minecraft Let's Plays and a lot of other gameplays that he does on his channel that are really fun.
Yeah,
he gets into politics and he does know, like, he doesn't have a filter. He's a very, very intelligent guy.
Yeah, right on. I'll have to check that out. Cool. Although Stench doesn't like Bass Mama, so if we actually do get her to come on.
Oh, there's always people that don't like people. I don't, at a certain point, it gets to be too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Although I am curious, Stench, who's worse? Who would you rather not have? Bass Mama or Opal?
And now we wait in dead fucking silence.
Yeah. We'll move on, but let us know who's worse.
Yeah, by all means, give us a when you finally finish chewing that particular thought over.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Phaedra was surprised that I had actually participated in the debate and had rational discussions at times.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, well dude, Bass Mama loves debate. Holy shit. Yeah, Friday night she was I don't know who the other dude was. I don't think we ever actually got introduced because he came a little after. But yeah, they were going off for like a good fucking hour and a half or 2 hours debating about how much IQ actually means.
Ooh, what side is she on?
She kind of thinks it doesn't mean all that much.
Yay, it's not. We agree.
Right. Oh, it sucks, man. We got to find something. I think. Yeah. I kind of would like to see you and her go because there's got to be shit you don't disagree with.
Oh, you mean stuff that we don't agree with?
Yeah, you and Bass Mama. I mean, like,
yeah, but we're both reasonable.
There's got to be something.
So he says Opal is annoying, Mama is fake as shit. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I never got that reading. I got a pretty fucking good bullshit indicator, man.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Mama's pretty legit.
Again. Yeah, I know. Like I said, my ex definitely fooled me, but so it has happened before. But yeah, I haven't seen that yet or haven't gotten that indication either. But I definitely admit I could be wrong.
Mickey used to talk. I got to agree on Opal. So definitely Opal is the one that our audience is like, nope, not at all.
Yeah, I didn't mind her, but I'm not. I wasn't really disappointed that she didn't come back anymore.
I don't dislike Opal. I just feel like it takes a while to get past the act to get to the real person, and the real person is the one that I want to talk to.
Yeah, exactly.
I got no problem with the act. Like, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. You do your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I really want to see. I want to talk to the real person. I don't want to talk to the surface.
Yeah, you can still stay in the act, but also kind of be real too.
Yeah.
Probably not the easiest thing to do, I would imagine. But
no, it's really not. It's not encouraged in society in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things. It's like. I don't know, sort of frowned upon just as a general rule of thumb. Like, you know, like somebody's like, hey, how you doing? You never say like, I'm feeling kind of shitty today, man. You know, or like, I could really use a hug. You know, you don't fucking say that shit in the real world when you're talking to people for the most part. But I honestly, I think people should do it more.
Yeah, that's true, man. Everybody's always like, yeah, I'm all right. When that's totally not true, you know. I'm struggling with that ever.
You don't need to necessarily go and like tell the fucking checker at the fucking local grocery store your entire life story, but just be like, oh, you know, I'm just having a shitty day today and it sucks. But I hope you're doing good, man, because, you know, that'd cheer me up. And then maybe they can, you know, oh, that really sucks. Well, we all have those days. You know what I mean? Like, people would be honest about it without being, like, too in-depth, obviously.
Right. Yeah, or there was that, dude, there was I think it was a beer commercial where there was, it was supposed to be like Jersey or somewhere in that area where everybody would come in and they'd be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? And, like, that would be it. But then there was some guy from, like, Texas or something. And then he'd be like, hey, how you doing? And he'd be like, oh, I'm fine. I'm just in town for this. And like, he'd go off in this whole fucking thing. And like, no, how you doing is just like a greeting. You're not supposed to actually say how you're doing.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I remember what that was for, dude. It was like a beer commercial or something.
You know, it sounds like something I've seen in a couple of different forms. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like it's been done a couple times.
Yeah, where the "how you doing" isn't just a generic throwaway greeting.
Yeah,
somebody answers the question.
Yeah, well, I used to when I worked at a gas station briefly for probably 2 or 3 months, and man, it was actually pretty fucking cool. I got to like, especially when I worked the graveyard shift, I got to fucking talk to some wacky people who were just no fucking filter. It was like, oh, you're the one I want to talk to. Fucking come on in and hang out. Nobody else here. I got all my work done. Fucking chill all you want, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say during the day it's probably a lot busier. You can't really get away with that with people waiting and shit. But yeah, it's just one dude coming in all drunk or fucking probably high. Yeah, don't fucking bullshit with you. Why not?
Oh yeah. Well, I had a lot of regular customers, so believe it or not, you actually got a little more honesty out of people.
Yeah.
It was like a sort of a choke point for like the general commuting group. So like a lot of people went through there every single day at the same times. And it was one of the few places other than Starbucks that had like decent coffee and a fairly decent selection of coffees.
All right.
Because it was a really big like convenience store at a gas station. It included like a Burger King. So
okay.
If the Burger King didn't do breakfast, they did lunch. But oh no, they did breakfast too. That's right. Yeah, they would come in like an hour or two after we opened for. Well, we were 24, but after we started really getting the coffee.
All right.
I think they opened at like 7 or something like that. But
yeah, sounds about right.
We had probably 10 different kinds of coffee that were always we kept fresh.
Yeah, it's pretty good for a gas station type place. Yeah.
Yeah, so we would get a lot of like commuters that would go through. They were like definitely like blue collar, workers and stuff because it's like it was $2 for a cup of coffee, and you can put in like different flavors of creamer and make all the weird shit you want.
Right, that's pretty cool. I think Quick Trip or QT. Do you have QTs or Quick Trips where you're at?
QT sounds familiar. Quick Trip, I don't think so.
It's the same thing. It's abbreviated QT usually. But yeah, they have a pretty decent selection of coffees, their breakfast shit, or like their sandwiches or whatever. Their food that they have there is actually pretty decent. Like, it's like Circle K, 7-Elevens. It's edible, but it's not really all that great. Like that.
This was a Circle K. The gas station convenience store was actually like a Circle K.
Oh, it used to be. Yeah, see here, those things they're centered in Phoenix, I believe. Headquartered in Phoenix, but yeah, Circle K's are everywhere here.
Yeah, technically I worked for ConocoPhillips, but it was a Circle K 76 station.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Combined with a Burger King. It was weird. It was a small town that it was in.
Oh, gotcha. That's pretty weird. But yeah, because no Circle K's here really have that. Like the Loves, like the truck stops will have like an Arby's in it or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, not too many. And obviously like the Walmart has a McDonald's or whatever, but yeah, not many combination ones like that.
Well, the real difference was because there was a Burger King, we didn't really have anything more than just like snack foods. Like we had sandwiches and the coffee bar, but we didn't have all the like breakfast stuff like you get from another Circle K because the Burger King was right there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So there was
makes sense.
Like the selection of donuts and Like sometimes they'll have little rotisseries like 7-Eleven does. You know, where they like hot dog rollers and shit. Yeah, like we didn't have any of that kind of stuff because there just wouldn't be a point.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, QT shit's actually pretty good. Like, well, they used to have this fucking. It was like a ham and cheddar cheese sandwich on a fucking pretzel bun, which is fucking. It's still one of the greatest things ever, dude. And like, I'm actually still kind of upset. It happened like 4 or 5 years ago. They stopped making it, and like, it still bugs me that they stopped making it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking really good.
The worst. It's like, I really fucking like that. And it's like, apparently no one else fucking did.
Well, it was kind of, I think it was probably because it's kind of messy because the cheese would like fucking kind of melt all over like the bottom of the bun and shit. Like it would kind of flow over and be all over the bun. So it was pretty messy. So I'm guessing that's probably what people complained about. But goddamn, it's fucking good.
It doesn't get all over the place. It doesn't belong in your face, right?
Right. Who else there? Carrot, Miggy.
Oh yeah,
hello all.
Yeah, the fucking the hurricane in Texas is some shit right there, man. I hope anybody in Texas is doing all right. I got family like on the Texas border, but I think they're all right.
Oh shit! I just saw the one from Central. Okay, yeah. Fuck. I hope your mom's all right. That is rough. And apparently, was it the mayor or governor or whoever had told them that they didn't need to evacuate like the day before.
Oh, seriously?
I think so. I think I heard that somewhere. That they said, yeah, because somebody was saying like, oh, this would be good if we can't blow back on Trump because this governor guy told them that they didn't have to evacuate.
I wonder if that's fake news. That doesn't sound very realistic.
Well, no, that was it was Sticks X Hammer guy. It was him, dude.
Oh, okay. Well, he's pretty fucking. He does his shit. So if he said it, it's probably true. I'm looking at it.
I'm like 90%. I'm not 100% that's who I heard it from, but about 90% sure that's who I got it from.
The governor of Texas says no.
Mayor of Houston.
Evacuate. Oh, Mayor of Houston.
It says Mayor of Houston. Yeah. So that's Jesus, dude. Can you imagine being wrong about something like that? Holy fuck, dude.
Well, and like you would think that.
Yeah.
Why did Houston's mayor tell residents not to evacuate? Wow. That's fucking awful.
Yeah.
They're trying to defend it? Jesus, they're actually trying to defend it. Like, at that point, you've already fucked up, man. Like, you done fucked up. Just say, like, we were horribly wrong, and I'm unbelievably sorry. Like, that's all you can say at that point.
Yeah, and apparently the storm is supposed to kind of turn around and go back over the same fucking area, dude. Like it's supposed to get apparently there's a good chance it's going to get a lot fucking worse, dude.
That's not good.
Yeah, I know.
Texas, man.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people in California you hear be like, "Oh, poor Texas." I've seen some tweets that were pretty shitty. Like people are like, "God, wipe out all the white racists in Texas with your storm and shit like that." And it's like, oh, fucking, come on, man.
It's
not really about politics at this point. There's people being like, really, like their lives and homes are being just fucking wiped out.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just take a minute and be like, man, that's really fucked up. What can we do to help? You know, like, can we just do that?
Right. Yeah, I think that's how a vast majority of people are, dude. But yeah, it's those fucking assholes that still want to fucking attack that have no fucking feeling of whatsoever, or they're just so fucking ideologically driven that fucking they don't see the humanity of anybody.
Oh, Carrot wants to move to Texas. Right on, Carrot. Were you gonna go to freaking Austin though? Because I hear that's really not Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Austin's kind of like a little liberal stronghold surrounded by fucking not liberalness.
The rest of Texas.
Yeah. Hammer's jacket is so 80s. That is true.
Yeah.
And I wish you'd wear an undershirt of some kind.
Just remember, if you're going to move to Texas, you need to get a gun rack and some sort of shotgun or rifle in your in the back window of your vehicle before you go.
Yeah, they will not trust you or accept you if you don't, dude.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to move to the state without doing that first. I think it's part of the requirements.
Right. Although I do like, I was pretty proud of the response here in Arizona to the fucking the Antifa, the chaos of Antifa, the 50 fucking Antifa people that showed up over here.
Oh, in Arizona, where they survived?
Well, one of them took a shot to the nuts, but from a pepper ball. You saw that, right?
The dummy that like kicked the
yes,
grenade back.
Yeah. Apparently, fucking
plan. Walk 10 feet further away and then fucking stand there like that was not something they saw.
Right. Yeah, they charged him with all kinds of shit, dude. And fucking like his hand was burned from. I guess he picked one up at one point and threw it back, and he got burned on his hand.
Oh,
and then he took the shot to the nuts, dude. But yeah, he's getting charged with like 3 different charges, like 2 felonies and a misdemeanor.
Good.
Yeah. I'm proud of my state, dude.
I'm just surprised they didn't flat out just fucking the citizens just didn't walk out and start shooting. Like, right. You take that shit somewhere else.
Yeah. And apparently, Base Mama knew the guy that got hit in the nuts, dude. She's like, yeah, he's a fucking asshole. That guy's a fucking prick. She's like, I'm glad.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, Carrot's planning on moving to Texas after he gets his degree. Take me with you, man. I can clean, I can cook, I make a great wife. Just get me out of California. No.
Arizona's not bad. It's a little harder to get the legal weed, but you can get the legal weed.
I don't, I can go without weed. It's not a big deal for me.
Right.
I can completely give it up. Not a big deal.
Yeah. It's not too bad here. It's about 4.5, 5 hours from the beach in San Diego. It's not too bad.
So if I could be somewhere near the coast. See, like I like Texas for that, and then I was thinking Tennessee, though. I think Tennessee isn't coastal.
No, it's not. It's landlocked for sure. Yeah, although it's not that far. I think it's right next to the Carolinas.
You can go probably to Georgia or South Carolina to go to the coast. On the North Carolina or Tennessee were the 2 I was thinking.
North Carolina. Well, I've only been again on the coast. Like when I lived in New York, that's where we'd go on vacation. Would be somewhere along the coast in North Carolina. There's really nice beaches there, man. Like it's not really that well known like it is like in Florida or shit, but really a lot of really nice beaches there, man.
Yeah, my other thought was potentially Washington or Oregon, but they're kind of going crazy right now.
Yeah, they're pretty leftist, man.
Well, I'm sure if I go rural, wherever I go, if I go rural, I'll be fine.
Right.
But it's tough. I got to figure out like a new kind of job to do so that I'm not fucking holding on to living in a city, because working in mental health, you really don't have a lot of mental health facilities out in rural areas.
Right. Although you could find a spot where you work in a city and then maybe there's rural areas that aren't that far out.
Yeah.
Because, it's not all like California where the fucking cities are, when you combine the suburbs and kind of that suburban sprawl.
Oh, well, yeah.
Being
close to San Francisco, there's just fucking city after city after city. Like, there's so many people.
Right. Yeah, like even outside of San Francisco proper, I'd imagine it's still pretty city-like, even in what would kind of be considered the suburbs. At least that's what it seems like San Diego and LA when I go.
From where I'm at, like it's 45 minutes from the coast. So if I want to go out to the beach, I just drive like 45 minutes. So I don't know if I could give that up. So Tennessee might be completely off.
Yeah.
I just like how they're really sort of like let you do whatever the fuck you want as long as you're not bothering anybody.
Right.
Prices are pretty cheap out there.
Yeah. But like I said, North Carolina is really, really good beaches, man. Yeah, Kitty Hawk. I remember one year we stayed right by, where the Wright brothers did their first flights or whatever. We stayed maybe 5 miles away from where that was. Nice beaches right there. Yeah, it's a cool area, man. Really underrated.
This has now become the travel channel. Escape from your liberal state. Phaedra in the chat. Untitled Studios is me, Stabby Pants. I'm Skittles McStabby Pants. This is my other channel that I work with a bunch of different people on. So I don't actually own the channel, essentially. What is it? My brain is fried. Oh, there was a really funny fundraiser I saw. A couple really humorous little fundraisers that I saw that are probably not going to go there. But before that, I wanted to talk about Dolly Parton. Because she's actually getting fucking BLM or fucking attacking Dolly Parton, essentially. Like some BLM chick is attacking her.
Oh, wow. Is that because of her fucking restaurant or whatever?
Yep. Because of her restaurant. Dolly Parton ain't having none of it.
Right.
I'm like, man, Dolly Parton's going to whoop you with one tit behind her back. Like, don't even go. But apparently because it's, what is it? I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. It's like Dixie Stampede. There it is. Yeah. Oh, Dolly Parton did her theater show called Dixie Stampede. And then, but it's a lighthearted take on the rivalry between the North and the South, blah, blah, blah. So this chick right here is trying to like get it all shut down.
Wow.
And Dolly Parton straight up, like apparently even at like the Country Music Awards, was just like, took that as an opportunity to be like, y'all can't do nothing. Just talk trash about them. So.
Right. That's cool. That's fucking awesome.
Well,
yeah, I think it seems like the tide really is continuing to turn. I was a little worried that it wasn't, but it seems like there's enough people pushing back. You know, that the tide is kind of turning back against this fucking craziness.
It is a moral panic. I think Styx had it right.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I'm not quite as optimistic as he is, but goddamn, I hope he's fucking right, dude. Yeah.
Oh my God, Faders and Austin. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm. All right. Jeez.
So sorry you live with all those liberals. I hope you're all right with the storm and shit. I hope that ain't fucking up that far into Texas.
Yeah, I can't remember where Austin is in relation to
it's like right Houston. In the middle, I think. Right in the middle of Texas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wait, is Faker the one? Is that the? Oh, I don't want to bring it up here, but is that the chick that's got the crazy ex? Am I thinking of somebody else?
I have no idea. I don't follow too much of that stuff.
Okay. All right, maybe I'm. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's right, but yeah. All right.
Whoever has the crazy ex, fuck the crazy ex. They're a loser.
All right. Yeah.
That's all we need to say about that, I think.
Right. Whether that is or isn't you, fuck the crazy ex motherfuckers.
Yep. I remember at one point, I think I've already talked about that, where I had to fucking go with like one of my friends, and like we took my dad's pickup and helped some girl move out of her ex-boyfriend's house.
Yeah, I remember you telling me. Yeah.
And he was the crazy guy who was like super abusive and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Who would literally nurse for like an hour at a time.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah. Oh, but then when you guys showed up, he just fucking was all a pussy.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. Those kind of guys are always super nice whenever there's no way they can get away with it.
Yeah, they're cowards in real life, dude.
Yeah, because my buddy was like, he wasn't like a weak dude. He was like skinny and small. He was, he had the fucking wiry guy. Like he had pretty fucking strong little dude.
Right.
But I'm a fairly big dude, and at the time I was in pretty good shape. So, I'm getting 6 foot, 250 pounds, and still fat guy, but pretty muscular fat guy. Right. Right. So this dude wasn't gonna fuck around. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. It seems like it was Fader. I remember seeing coming across a Twitter feed about it, and I remember thinking that guy's a fucking asshole, dude. He was like saying shit like, "Oh no, she needs to come home." I'm like, fuck you, dude. I don't know why anybody was interacting with him. She just fucking ignores ass, dude. But yeah, he was a fucking cocksucker, dude.
Carrot says he wants a psycho ex to love me. You can
have mine.
You don't need a psycho ex.
You can have mine too. Yeah, she was pretty goddamn nuts, dude. Not in the same way, obviously, but probably just as devastating. She tried to kick my ass. She just couldn't, If she was big enough to kick my ass, she would have kicked my ass. Instead of me just laughing at her when she'd fucking hit me. Like,
yeah. Well, that's always rough.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, really? Yeah.
I like Williams says muscular fat guy equals fat guy. Yeah, no, you're right, William.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat, dude. I'm a big dude. I'm like fucking 6'1". What am I at now? I'm actually down to like 320.
Yeah, but the difference
I
is
was at
like
like
one is
three. I was almost
intimidating, one is
350,
not.
but right. and I've been exercising, so
I have to invite you through Google Hangout. Sorry, you know, I'm not sure how I would do that. Engelhardt just contacted me through Skype. He's like, I have to be invited through Google Hangouts. I honestly have no idea how to do that. Wait.
Yeah.
No, who's that?
What
This
happened?
is a terrible interface.
I have no idea what's going on right now, dude.
I'm typing in Engelhart's name to try to invite him. I think this is him. We'll see if that's right, or if some random motherfucker just joins the hangout.
Yeah. Either way, it should be interesting.
Send the hangout link. Phaedra, you want on, Phaedra? You know what? Let's get crazy. So I can put it in the chat. Somebody join in.
Yeah.
That might be regrettable, but I can always kick people out if it gets really bad.
That's fine. I think, well, you've invited Miggy. He doesn't seem to want to come on, but.
You know, anybody can come on. I don't care.
Yeah. That's how I got here.
Trying to work the computer.
Right. That's how I ended up here. One day when you're here all alone, you're like, anybody want on? I'm like, fuck. I'm going to go grab my son's gaming headset, and I'm there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was awkward. Trying to do it on my own wasn't terrible, but it was definitely like awkward.
Yeah, it's always better. Yeah, I mean, you do all right when you're by yourself, but yeah, I can understand it's probably a stressful gig, man.
I don't know. It's sort of like masturbating for an audience, though.
Right.
Like, I'm sure there's people that enjoy it. I'm just not one of those people.
Right.
It's like, oh, nice. Yeah. I fucking not packing the fucking. What is it? What's the record? I think there was just recently a guy who had a record like 17-inch dick or some shit like that.
Jesus.
World record.
That's fucking nuts. Somebody. Wow. I remember there was one guy that was, I don't know if it was that guy or not, but like when he was getting checked at the airport, like, what do you got there? What are you packing? Like they thought he had like a fucking gun or like something like that, and it was his huge cock. Yeah, nice. I would be so goddamn proud, dude. I'd be like, yeah, go ahead and check it. You want to do a strip search?
I would think at a certain point you would turn off a lot of chicks, though.
Okay, yeah,
this is 17.7 inches. Holy shit. Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, and imagine that's got to be, like, you'd have to be extremely, like, gentle, I imagine, if you have a cock that big.
I think if you go past, like, 9 inches, there's a lot of women who it's going to be a pretty tight fit.
Right.
Or, I don't know, maybe it's different for dudes. I don't know how buttholes work in that regard.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's the width.
The width, yeah.
Like, you know, if it's, like, real long and skinny, it's not a huge deal, but if it's, like, really a fat cock, apparently that's the difference, more of a difference maker.
Oh, okay.
Just one that's like long and skinny is just kind of hitting the back of their shit, you know, without kind of filling them out. Engelhardt!
And then Engelhardt.
Hey!
Hello, sir.
Oh, hey, man.
How's it going?
Yo, pretty good, man. Why are we looking at a lamp? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Turn off the camera. I was like, we're just looking at a lampshade. It was a nice lampshade, though.
Was that to distract from you and the dog and the peanut butter?
Yep.
Yeah, fair enough. Was it you I made that joke about? I don't know if you remember that. It was a while back. I had put something in the chat about, I bet you as soon as the camera goes off, the dog and the peanut butter comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, it was you. Right on.
Yes, it was. This is probably more than once where I've had to watch the dog and do the hangout at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, what was it? I sang to your dog the one time.
That
was awkward. That was funny.
Yeah, we can never seem to pull off the singing, dude. We tried to sing on Lullaby Dacanaro. I screwed that one up. That was on me.
Somebody didn't know the words. To Rockabye Baby.
Somebody. Who could that have been?
It's like,
Wink.
how do you not know the words to Rockabye Baby? I mean, it's one of the classics.
No, I think I know them, just not apparently in the right order.
Well, I could have gotten it wrong too. It's entirely possible. Oh, so fucking Berkeley got Antifa raging through the streets again today.
Oh shit!
In opposition to the supposed Nazi rally, the one everybody's like, it's a prayer rally organized by some Asian dude. They're fucking Nazis. Everybody says they're racist. Like, even my dad was like, oh, they're fucking racist. I'm like, they're absolutely not. You're out of your mind.
Wow.
But just to show you how much the lies in the press get to people, you know, it's like, this is like a prayer rally organized by like an Asian guy that runs some sort of Christian group. I'm pretty sure he's not a white supremacist. I mean, I can't be positive.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
Nowadays, you never know. Ask Tariq Nasheed. They're all white supremacists, dude.
Mickey used to tell Asian Nazis. Thank you, Mickey. Yeah. And the thing that gets me is like the rally, and it was supposed to be in San Francisco, and the one in Berkeley both got canceled because the cities would refuse to provide any police security. So hopefully they're going to start taking them to federal court and suing them because they have an obligation. It's
that happened in
an obligation to protect. So.
Was it the one in Charlottesville where they actually did go to court to get it to actually happen?
Well, yeah, that's the one where they took out the permit, and then the city of Charlottesville denied the permit, and a federal judge granted the permit, and then the city of Charlottesville tried to move everything, but once the federal judge had granted the permit, there was no authority. The city had no longer had any authority to do anything.
Right.
They weren't legally allowed to cancel it. They weren't legally allowed to move it. And they weren't legally allowed to prevent it in any way. So what they did when they said that we're declaring it an illegal rally and we're going to shut you down was direct violation of a federal court order. And they really probably won't sue in that case, and probably shouldn't because of the death. The kid who murdered the girl at the car. But realistically, that whole thing went cockeyed because the police were set up to deliberately force the people to go through Antifa twice, once to get into the rally where they were supposed to have their rally, and once to get out.
Yeah.
And there was they basically used armed police to prevent them from going any other direction. So,
yeah, I still think there's a pretty strong possibility if the police had stuck around that fucking death doesn't happen, dude.
Well, but also there was the two officers that died in the helicopter crash that was totally unrelated, but everybody blames on the...
they wanted to link it in. Yeah.
It's their fault, too. And I'm like, fucking accidents happen, man. Like, it's terrible that they died. I wish they hadn't, but...
Right.
You know, if you're a police officer and you're going to go up in a helicopter, actually, if you're anybody going up in a helicopter, you run a risk.
Yeah, they're kind of almost inherently unstable. Like, it's not an easy thing to do. Yeah, or the Boston one was like they found like one guy that had like a white supremacist type spirit on out of everybody, and they still tried to label that as fucking a white supremacist thing.
The majority of the people who run these rallies, who do the free speech rallies, are very not okay with the racist groups. They do not like them.
Yeah,
they don't want them showing up. They're not interested in their opinions. They don't want to hang out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
They're not Facebook friends.
But they still.
They blocked all the Aryan fucking nation on Facebook.
Yeah, damn, dude.
The
one in Phoenix, the one here in Phoenix, dude, was nothing, dude, but they still tried to build it into this whole fucking riot. It's a fucking riot. It's chaos. And it really wasn't.
Oh, my God. That sounds like the race riots at my high school. So I went to this high school, and it was a brand new high school when I went to. It was the first class to go all the way through, and there was a fairly good amount of kids were Mexican, so it was a little more mixed than most of the schools were at that point, and like we were the most racially diverse class or no, that was my sister's high school. My sister, I think, or my class was the first most financially diverse group of people. So there was like a lot of rich kids and a lot of poor kids. But essentially like a small group of Mexican gangbangers duked it out with like the football team. And they were like race riots at my high school. And literally you're talking maybe in a school of a couple thousand students, 20 people were involved in a fight.
Wow.
And then literally they announced it on like the radio as the race riots at this high school and da 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 da. And it's terrible. People are going in ambulances.
Yeah, wow.
To the point where I got home and my mom was just like, "Oh my God, are you all right?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Like, dude, it was just a fight.
Yeah,
like,
it was
a pretty big fight.
Yeah, it wasn't even a big fight. It was over in like 20 minutes. The football team beat the hell out of the Mexican guys.
Oh, wow.
When you're talking about a bunch of big high school football players and a bunch of fucking little Mexican gangbangers, it did not go well. It was very one-sided.
I bet, dude. Yeah,
like
damn.
four of them tried to jump the guy. He beat 4 of them up, and then it just went downhill for them.
See, because I'm thinking like a 20-minute fight would actually take a really long time. That's a long time to fight.
It was okay because it wasn't just one fight. It was over a period of time. There were several fights, but none of them were super long.
Okay.
Just 20 minutes from beginning to end. So like the first fight was a couple of minutes where like the 4 kids jumped the biggest high school football player, and he was the nicest guy in the world. But Engelhardt, you know me, I'm not the most intimidating, but I'm not like the weakest looking dude. This guy made me look like a pussy. Like he could probably have picked me up easy and just tossed me around. And these 4 dudes thought they could take him, which was out of their fucking minds. But he's a super sweet guy, super, super nice guy. Would never have started a fight. But all 4 of them jumped him, and he just went fucking berserk.
Knocked 4 of them out. That's fucking awesome.
And then there was just little fights here and there for like the next 20 minutes of people trying to get back at each other because apparently there was some sort of beef between this gang and the football team.
Wow.
And I don't even know what it was. And like most of the people like didn't even know it happened. Yeah. Like I didn't find out until the next day. I was just like, there were no race riots at my school. There was no riots of any kind. I would have known.
Yeah, it's amazing how they try to fucking sensationalize shit. Because, like I said, here in Phoenix, there was like 40 or 50 Antifa, a shitload of fucking people that were pro-Trump, just kind of chanting away. And you know Antifa, dude, if they're not outnumbering people like 10-1, they ain't fucking with anything.
Yeah.
Other than
if you're looking square at them, they won't try anything. They only punch people who are looking in another direction. It's so fucking maddening.
All right. Yeah, it's really pathetic, dude. Sergeant Pepperballs, I guess, caught one, but
yeah.
I like to think of him as the Antifa Army, and he's Sergeant Pepperballs.
Yeah, Sergeant Pepperballs in the Lonely Hearts Club band.
Wow, am I missing something?
Sergeant, so this kid in one of the Antifa things, he kicked a tear gas grenade back at the police, and so they shot him with a pepper bomb, and it hit him in the balls.
Hit him right in the fucking nutsack, dude.
You know those ones from like the shotguns?
Oh yeah,
just explode.
Right in the balls. And he went down. He got arrested.
He
got charged with triple felonies.
Yeah. That's Arizona for you, man. We don't fuck around, dude. We're gonna shoot you in the balls and arrest you.
And his nuts grew 3 sizes that day.
Well played, sir.
As it turns out, when the police actually respond, riots don't last very long with Antifa.
Yeah, they push out pretty quick. Plus, they're I guess one of the things here too was they couldn't go into a certain spot and still keep the masks on, so they stayed completely outside of the area. Because that's the way it is most places, but here we're actually enforcing the law like you should.
Yeah.
You know, they're actually going to make them take their masks off if they wanted to go any further or get any closer.
The vast majority of states have laws against protesting in masks and joining up in large groups in masks. They're like, you have the right to assemble, but not to hide your identity so you can commit crimes.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, and like I said, most of the places that stuff has gone down over the last year or so, that's the law, and they just don't enforce it.
Well, and the only reason Antifa wears masks is because so many people from the last riots before they really started going on were getting arrested weeks and days and months later because of video.
Right.
We just wear masks the whole time. We don't have to worry about it. Although apparently for Mr. Bike Lock, that didn't fucking matter.
All right. Did he get convicted, or I never heard what happened there? Is it still going on?
I don't know. I mean, that case is probably going to take a while to really shake all the way down.
Yeah, because you were kind of pointing out, that's, sure, the 4chan figured this out with their weird face technology, but yeah, it'd be kind of hard to convict unless you have an expert that can testify to that's definitive.
Yeah, you have to make sure it can. Like, there's like a valid source. I don't know if 4chan is exactly a valid source.
Right? Yeah.
I'm digging what's going on in the chat right now. They're talking about the DNA stuff. You can find out all the crazy shit us melting pot white people have.
Yeah, I'd be kind of curious because officially I'm a bunch of different shit and more Polish than anything else, but like a quarter Polish, like 1/16 Native American, and a bunch of different German, French, just a bunch of different shit. So I'd be kind of curious to see what I'm actually made up of.
What your wild card parts are.
Just what kind of supremacist am I allowed to be?
I burn in the sun after like 20 minutes. I start to burn without sun motion, in direct sunlight. That's how white I am.
Yeah,
I don't know what mix goes into that. I just know it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not quite that bad. Yeah, although even when I was camping up in the northern areas here, where it was like 60 degrees, I was still getting burned after a couple hours. So, yeah.
And see, I look very Jewish. I look very Jewish, so I'm wondering if I actually am.
Yeah. I have a pretty big nose, so I might be that as well. You could have converted to.
Probably
I definitely have relatives from Germany, so it could have easily been people avoiding the Holocaust. Who knows?
Nah, if you guys were Jewish, you'd have more money. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Yuck.
I know, such a racist stereotype. You're successful. Oh, wait.
How dare you say something like that? Like, Jewish people are good at money.
I have had people say, "What happens if I throw a penny on the ground?" You're a dick.
You really say that shit?
Yeah, I've had that before, and I've responded that way too.
Nice.
It's exactly how it should go.
It's like, well, then I'll fucking make you eat the penny. Really? I mean, what are you going to say about it?
Right. Pick it up and shove it up your fucking ass. How about that?
Need some copper in your system.
Hey, you look like you're a little low. Here you go, buddy.
The lawsuit is still going. So that guy's case is still in progress, which I'm not surprised.
Yeah, pretty much anything.
It's like attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, or something like that. So it's pretty major.
Yeah,
pretty major charges. It'll take a while to go through the court.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, if these Antifa fuckers weren't such fucking limp-wristed bitches, they could easily be fucking killing people with a lot of shit they've done, dude.
Well, a lot of what they're doing, like whether it's intentional or not, is attempted murder. Like if you pick a giant brick up and throw it into a crowd, that's attempted murder. Like that's a very easily somebody can die from kind of thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. The instant they kick it up, though, like if they really, have this, it's still attempted murder pretty much, but like if they really kicked it up, like armed themselves, and then that means like police would have to get armed forces would have to get involved somehow to kind of snuff that out. They get fucking rocked. It's this kind of like toting the line kind of shit that is probably the only reason why they're not getting themselves shoved up their own ass.
The reason they're not getting shoved up their own ass is the police keep getting pulled out.
Yeah. So
the police are doing just fine containing them, holding them back, keeping them from mixing and starting a riot. And then the mayor of the town, because they'll literally just withdraw the police.
Yeah, it's
and it makes me think that we need to have some new rules for the police. I think they should be able to ignore the order of the mayor if there's literally if there's that kind of risk to the safety of the citizens of the city that they protect. I think there should be some way for them to just supersede the mayor entirely and just say, look, this guy wants us to pull out. We have no reason to pull out and every reason to stay. We're going to be putting a ton of people's lives in danger.
Right. Yeah, and if the mayor believes strongly enough in it, you can fucking take him to court if he wants or something. But Yeah, you have to be able to defend that action, you know. So
There
as
needs
long
to
as
be
they'd have
some
to
sort of
defend it,
there needs to be some sort of independent like safety check. And I mean, you'd
right?
have to be really careful with the way you set it up because clearly you don't want to end up with just like William. Masks are already outlawed in almost every state. It's actually illegal to wear the masks in almost every state. It's just not enforced. They're not enforcing it.
Yeah, which is
Similar to how
insane.
they're
Well, again,
withdrawing the police.
yeah, like I said, yeah, they definitely enforce it in Phoenix, and that's why they didn't get anywhere near shit. And then yeah, and that fucking pepper balls to the balls.
If they want to come out and say you're a loser, you guys are scum, whatever, and counter and protest, that's fine. Just as long as they keep a reasonable distance. You know, it's the same thing with what do you call it? The Westboro Baptist Church. Like, yeah, they're scumbag assholes, but they have the right to be there and to express whatever hateful bullshit they want. Just as long as they're not getting
that's
physical,
the thing.
that's where the line is.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't get is you got to defend all speech. Like if it was only popular speech, there'd be no reason to have fucking free speech laws. You know,
in the Boston one, everybody. What was it? Boston? They were claiming they were a bunch of racists. It was organized. Like the main speaker was this black dude who talked about racial togetherness.
Indian. He was Indian, really dark Indian dude.
Really dark, whatever. Yeah. But there were also a bunch of people from like BLM there with signs and stuff, and it was like it was very clearly a mixed group of people of every different political persuasion. It was definitely not like one group.
I literally think it was just one guy that had like a racist shirt, dude, and that was it. That's how they labeled it as a fucking, white supremacist rally. Because one guy had a fucking, the 1488 shirt or something.
And that day was probably an internet troll anyway. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Just outlaw hair dye and nose rings would end it all. Yeah, probably that would end it. The one I saw this was really fucking funny, and I don't know which riot this is from, but I hate that I have to say that. It's such a fucking ridiculous statement in and of itself. But anyway, it was this chick bidding on races, like this like chubby little butterball looking chick getting arrested, and she's like screaming about, I need my service animal. I need my service animal.
God damn.
Just the whole way back, the police were like, shut up.
What the fuck service animal do you have? A fucking Clydesdale that can fucking cart your fat ass around?
Well, but at the point you're getting arrested, they don't care anymore.
Right.
You've gone past the discussion phase and the negotiation or bargaining phase. The police have arrested you.
I was like, oh yeah, we'll accommodate you, ma'am. Absolutely. Since you've been so lawfully assembling here, we'll totally accommodate you on your fucking service animal.
I just thought that was so funny. Like, how disconnected from reality are you?
Yeah. So yeah, how entitled do you think you are that when you're getting arrested, it's going to be like a fucking spa treatment or something, dude?
Like you're at a riot. Like, how did you think your day was going to go?
Yeah. It's pretty goddamn delusional.
Wine tasting and some cheese.
Right.
I love it when I get arrested. It's always such a lovely event.
Oh, Carrot's gone. Bye, Carrot.
No, Carrot.
Shower time. Carrot will be back. You'll be back.
He's probably thinking of.
They always come back.
The record-breaking man, the 19.7-incher guy.
Mm.
Kind of fantasies that in the shower, or nightmares, depending on how you look at it.
Right.
That is a lot of cock.
That dude, like,
that's fucking ridiculous.
That's just unreasonable amount.
Oh, fucking! There was a thing on Rooster Teeth where they had two guys, the tape measures, come out, and one dude bent over, and like the record breaker and the previous record holder, if like one went in the back door and the other one went in the mouth, like the dicks would meet in the middle.
God damn, dude.
They give them tips through a person.
That's fucking nuts, dude. Scary shit.
Are we talking?
Fucking funny.
You're talking 19 long. That's like, what are we talking girth here? Are we talking like a flagpole? Or are we talking?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think it's more. I think the women have a harder time with the fat cock than the long cock, dude.
A harder time.
No, like it like stretches them out like sideways. They're push out sideways as more pain or whatever you want to call it, depending on her perception. But Yeah, apparently the wide thing is more essential than the length. At least that's what the chicks tell me.
Cough, cough. Pop,
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Are you saying you have girth, sir? I'm not clear on this.
pop collar.
No, I'm
chest.
alluding to that, but I'm not actually saying it because that would be a lie.
Ah, okay, there you go. Oh man, okay. Before somebody breaks out a fucking ruler and like a piece of string to like start measuring circumference, let's fucking.
I got
Let's move on. Something else.
got some free time in the camera. Come on.
Yeah, as we end up like blocking the camera.
Well, dude, did you ever see the dude with that had two cocks, dude? Have you seen that?
No, I've never seen that.
It's called a helicopter.
A dude had like two cocks, and apparently there was some part of one of them that was keeping it short, and he got that cut off, and they're both fucking the same length now, and they're like measured it. He has two dicks that are like 9 inches long, dude.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure that would be great, but maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure. I wanted to share this fundraiser. If you guys can see your screens, it's just two girls wanting to be the cutest girls at their school at Halloween, so they're trying to raise $400.
Mm-hmm.
And they've already got 160 pledged. I think that's fucking hilarious.
Wow.
I just like that's so funny.
Mm-hmm. Oh well.
I just thought
it's going to a good cause.
Who knows? I don't really care. I just thought it was hilarious that people can do that. Like,
right.
We want to be really good looking on our Halloween costume.
Well, considering how much the guy making potato salad ended up getting.
Oh yeah, that dude was pretty fucking popular for a while.
Yeah, that was nuts, dude. What did he ask for? $40 or something, and he ended up making like thousands upon thousands of dollars because he said, "I'm going to make a potato salad."
People thought it was funny. I thought it was brilliant.
It's fucking hilarious, dude. And the fact that he actually got so much fucking money.
I'm like, I want to do nothing for like a month, and I'll just like not report about it.
Right.
And you guys just support me for a month, and I just put like a Kickstarter up for like $2,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can't hurt. Fuck.
I just do nothing for a month.
Sounds amazing.
Guys, I just don't feel like working, but I'm a good guy. Can you guys help me out for like a month
to see if I could get money for it? Like, I honestly wouldn't really care one way or the other, just to see if it would work. But they'd probably shut it down. Because apparently people can't just give money to you because you're funny or you came up with a good idea. You have to have something that they have decreed is an acceptable idea.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to try to think of a certain way to phrase it because I have nothing better to do. So I'm going to try to think of a certain way to phrase it where it would somehow be acceptable. Like, I'm really basically saying, like, I'm just not working right now, but I don't know. There's got to be some way to phrase it where it can somehow be acceptable, dude.
Tell them you want to start a vlog. You need support to start a vlog. Because then all you have to do is just take a video of, like, and you'll do, like, a 10-second video, like, once every other month.
Right.
Or something like that.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'll have to flesh that out, dude.
But so there's a place trying to
hurt. Like, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a project they're trying to replace Patreon, YouTube, and all social media, which I would say is a fairly large goal for $10,000.
Yeah, that's unrealistic to get all that done for $10,000. Dude.
Wait, they're trying to take out Patreon for what? Like to replace it with their own stuff, or?
Well, yeah, Patreon got a little bit of a challenge with Patreon, but then fucking apparently you can just shut down companies if you don't like them, if you're an internet service provider. And that's not blatantly illegal, even if they're not doing anything remotely untoward at all.
Interesting.
And that's perfectly legal. We need some serious regulation going along with the freedom of speech and the constitutionality of the internet. That really needs to be addressed.
Yeah, they should really quit trying to fucking do away with net neutrality and focus on
they need to enforce net neutrality to the point where
that's what I mean. They're trying to get rid of. They're trying to make it to where they can actually charge you for how fast your pages load,
which is ridiculous. It shouldn't be legal
at
all because it makes no difference to their cost.
Right. Yeah, it's just to them trying to make more money, and again, that is In my opinion, definitely a form of censorship because you're going to be able to
and it's clearly something that is going to be price fixed amongst the group. So they're all going to get together and they're going to set price points and they're going to agree on it, and it's going to be price fixing and gouging and monopoly.
Yeah, collusion. Definitely ridiculous. Some collusion, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be an oligopoly essentially. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, oligopoly. Good job, dude.
That's a $5 word.
Oh, sure the fuck is.
I'm smart.
Yeah.
I almost skipped kindergarten.
We know, dude.
I almost skipped kindergarten. I'm so smart. I mean, I'm like 37 now, so I don't know what that fucking applies to at this point, but I'm holding on to that fucking accomplishment, man.
Yeah, I think you and I are proof that the IQ thing does not indicate shit.
What?
I've never taken an IQ thing, but I definitely tested really, really high all through school and done absolutely nothing with my intelligence level.
You know what I want to find out? The girl whose goal was to become a hooker, I want to know what happened to her. She was in my Spanish class, and she's like, my goal in life is to do a lot of drugs and sell my body for money to get more drugs after I get out of high school. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. She's like, no, I'm serious. And I'm like, well, good luck.
And also, by the way, since you're just starting out, your prices should be really low.
I was fucking oblivious in high school, right? I did not realize that was probably a point at which I could probably proposition this young woman and get like a blowjob for like $20. Okay.
Yeah. If that, you could probably got her for like $5, since if you really sold the inexperience angle.
No, I don't think the inexperience angle would have worked. Not with the other stories I heard from her.
You gotta try, dude.
I $20 wasn't out of my range, so I think.
Yeah, that's a fair price, I guess.
Oh, there was another girl in fucking high school who fucking
had Engelhart the Jew to fucking negotiate for you.
Yes, negotiating prostitution is just so my game. That's right there. That's up my alley.
Actually, Engelhart being the only one on the thing that has a girlfriend and like has a steady, like reasonable, like good relationship.
Yeah, this is hilarious.
It's the one we're accusing of being able to do like hooker stuff.
And somehow like able to keep a social life to some degree and hobbies. Like I don't know how the fuck I get it. I don't get much sleep.
I have hobbies.
No, you're just humble bragging, dude.
Oh fuck yeah!
You noticed, did you?
Like really now?
I just built a metal underwater taming cage in fucking Ark, man. I have hobbies, okay?
All right.
It's on a boat.
All I need now is just to whip out my large girthy cock, and then we're all good.
You win.
I drug your unconscious body from the old base.
That's the kneel down for the victory, dude. The kneel down at the end of the game.
No, what was it? The other girl in high school. I wanted to say this because this was such an outlandish thing. She informed me that cum makes a really good hand lotion.
Oh god, she was asking. She might have just been asking you, like.
Yeah, no, I was that fucking oblivious that I didn't even try to fucking follow up on that one.
That's definitely one of those. Damn, really?
Yeah, I look back on that one and I'm like,
that should happen to me. That kind of shit happen to me.
Fucking stupid.
All the time. Like my friends would constantly read to me, like after the fact, like, dude, she was hitting on you. She was fucking flirting with you. I'd be like, no, she wasn't. Yeah. Actually a decent looking guy when I was younger. Things could have been different. Slightly more pussy, slightly more experiences with crazy ass bitches.
Yeah, really.
Because again, anyone I'm attracted to almost certainly is crazy if I'm going by my past history.
Do what I ever do, always do during chats. Do. Hold on, wait for it.
We've come to fucking dead silence part of the show where fucking nobody knows what the fuck to say anymore.
It's the dog intermission.
God, panic.
There's a dog.
Puppy. Come on. So the peanut butter is slightly off camera to your left?
It's right here. No, okay.
Kentucky.
Cool.
Back to your regular scheduled broadcast.
Oh, poor doggy's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, no, he's good.
My dog Avatar can kick your dog's ass.
Probably.
My dog won't come in my room.
This dog's kind of a wuss.
Actually, yeah. No, this one. When I took that picture, she was pretty small, but she's gotten pretty big since then.
Yeah, for whatever reason. Oh yeah, I was gonna say for whatever reason the dog I have won't go into my room, like at all, or in anybody else's bedroom. It'll only go in the bedroom.
So animals can sense evil.
Yeah, it can sense evil.
It takes one smell at you and goes,
Yeah, I feed that dog like every day. That dog should fucking worship the ground I walk on. I am the food god.
It does until you try to get it into your bedroom and you're just like, it ain't dumb.
No, I don't try to. I don't want the dog in my room. It's weird because usually the dog, like if you leave the door open, dogs will just wander in and just check stuff out. But this one won't. It won't even go in.
Yeah, no, these dogs, the dogs we have, which are both basically the same breed. They do that to me all the time, dude. I'll be like laying down and they come in and start licking my face and shit. Talking on the phone, doesn't matter. They'll fucking jump up and start licking my face.
Well, I had a problem where a dog we had previously would, every time I went in my room, would go in and pee on my bed.
Oh, wow.
So I'm definitely not pro-dog in the bedroom.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
So do you think that was an act of aggression or just an act of ownership, affection on some kind of weird level?
Here's a weird thing about Stabby that I'm sure you'll all enjoy. Like, probably 1 out of 4 dogs I meet will roll over and pee on itself. I don't know why. It just
why? I mean, if you drug it to a certain extent, then yes.
No, I just like petting the dog. Nothing weird. Not torturing the dog. Not trying to like intimidate or scare the dog. Just like, oh, look at the puppy. Pet the puppy. You're peeing on yourself again. Great. That's nice.
So what's the sample size on that? Is that just 1 out of 4 dogs, or is that like 3
no, it's happened like 6
dogs?
Okay. It's happened like 6 times.
That is enough to establish a pattern. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
You assist in the urinary tract of dogs.
No, they don't pee like by accident. They roll over and intentionally pee on themselves. I don't know why. And I don't really like it. And I just stopped telling people who own the dogs that I had anything to do with it, because they just start looking at you like, the fuck do you mean my dog did that because of you?
Wow. That is pretty awkward, dude. I think I would after dog number 3 doing that, I would probably avoid dogs for the rest of my life.
but I like pets. I don't want to own them, but I like petting dogs. I just don't want to have a dog.
Yeah, no, me too. Me too. But if I was up to number 6 that was rolling over and peeing on itself, again, that's definitely a pattern, dude.
By that point, it's a fetish.
Right.
I don't want this to happen.
Too bad.
When it happened. I had nothing sexual involved.
Oh man!
When I went over and I was hanging out with this girl from work, and I went over to her house, and I'm like, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go change and get ready to, we're gonna go." And then, and I'm like, "Okay," and I'm like, "Oh, look at doggy." And she's like, "Yeah, that's our dog. He's really young, but he's really friendly. Don't worry about him." And then she leaves, and I pet the dog, and he pees on himself, and I'm like, I'm just not gonna say anything.
It's not the fetish you want, it's the fetish you deserve.
Thanks, Coach. Look here, Mr. Peanut Butter.
Although again,
peanut butter.
If those dogs could talk, they'd all be like, "Stabby, you know what you did." Don't play coy with us, Stabby.
We have to make sure that you're petting them the right way, because this might be a problem, man.
No, you just scratch the belly. First, you let them smell your hand, and then you scratch them just a little bit under the jaw.
And then you whisper slightly in their ear.
And depending on how receptive the dog is, then you can pet the dog.
That's fucking weird, dude.
Dogs like belly rubs, and they like it near their, what is it, the spot between their shoulder blades scritched.
Scritched?
Yeah, places they can't reach.
Mm-hmm.
So they usually can't reach like right between their shoulder blades. So you give them a good scratch there, they're usually pretty happy about that.
Yeah, or right behind the ears a little bit, but then right where their shoulder blade kind of meets their neck, there's a spot they have a tough time with too.
Yep. Or right in the middle of their chest. A lot of times they can't quite reach that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I think that's enough naming spots dogs can't reach.
Or then the dog we have right now has fucked up ears, so they're like they get infected all the time. It just had like there's nothing we can do short of potentially having his ear canals removed.
Oh.
And so his back legs don't reach his ears, so he can't scratch. And it's so pathetic to watch him try because he just sits there and goes, burr, burr, burr. Can't reach, so you got to scratch his ears for him.
Yeah, it was a tough time reaching their asshole too, but I'm not scratching that fucking shit.
Oh, well, I mean, you don't scratch in their ear because that's not real good for their ear, but you can scratch outside of the ear.
Yeah, I know.
And then it helps him out. But the poor guy, he'll just sit there and like we have streaks along our wall where he just rubs his head up against the wall to try to scratch his ear.
Yeah, this one that I took my little avatar picture here. This one, if you start scratching them right where the neck meets the shoulder blade, dude, she fucking hits the ground like almost immediately. It's weird. Like I do the same with her sister, her older sister, and she enjoys petting or whatever. But this one just fucking like immediately like sits down and lays down, like within half a second, and starts trying to scratch the same area for some reason.
Oh, because it's a sympathetic response. Yeah, I love that. If you find the place on a dog's belly where it starts running, it's like it's trying to scratch with you.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy, dude.
Oh, we had one dog who would do that pretty much wherever you scratched it. Like it didn't matter what, it just always had that sympathetic leg kick. That was the best dog ever.
That's nuts, dude.
You could just fuck with that dog all the time, just mess with its head.
Poor little feller.
Oh, you were walking along? No, now you're gonna like fall down trying to scratch yourself.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm a responsible pet owner.
I had a buddy that his dog, like when you scratch the dog's butt or around the base of the tail, like it would back up. And so like I would purposely back this dog up in circles, just constantly going around and round and round until it's like I'm wondering when this dog's gonna quit, and you just wouldn't.
Wow. It's not that they wouldn't; they can't. No, this is.
You know what you got to do?
I don't want to do this anymore, but I'm going to keep doing it because I can't stop.
You get an ink roller on its butt, and then you back it into the wall and just like stamp the wall with its butt.
God damn, dude.
Doing that, you'll have like a little border on all the walls of like dog butt stamps, and then people will, like look at it and think, "Oh, that's so artistic," until they figure out what it is.
Damn, dude. Fuck.
Gross.
Yeah, it's a shame you don't have kids, Stabby.
Yeah,
it's fucked up, man.
But unless you know something I do, thank God for that.
Damn.
But there's been a couple times when somebody like doesn't realize I'm not their parent, and I'm like, "Oh shit! What happened? Somebody knows something I don't." Give you that moment of like, "I hope not."
You never know, man.
No, I'm pretty damn sure. But
I know.
Just on the off chance I'm wrong, I'll fucking knock on wood. I'm gonna be knocking on wood for a while because I really want to make sure that doesn't happen. I don't like. I'm too selfish, man. I don't think I could do kids.
Dude, you'd be fine. It changes you, dude. I'm pretty sure.
I also can't lie to kids, man. I can't make it up. It's not gonna work out.
Oh, bullshit.
Go ahead.
They'll figure it out.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna figure it out. 'Cause I'm not gonna have kids.
Yeah, if you do that, I'm confident you'd be fine, dude. Seriously. On a serious note here.
I have a really good. I'm really usually in control of my temper, but like the other day, I kind of lost control of my temper and tore apart a couple of hunks of meat with my hands.
Tore apart what?
A couple of hunks of meat, like with my hands, because I got mad at it. So I was
Well,
trying
she
to
had
cut.
a nice outlet for it, dude.
I was trying to cut
helpful.
the gristle out, and the blade just wasn't working. So I just grabbed it, and started tearing it apart.
Damn, dude.
It worked out really well because it came out really tender. And I finished cooking it later.
Yeah.
Beef
Put all your anger into that meat, dude.
Well, I got most of the
Tenderizes it really
gristle out
nicely.
too. You know, there's a big fucking. It was like a weird cut of meat where there's like a big fat, gristly fat part on one side. So you cut that off. That was actually fairly easy. You just get a sharp little paring knife for that, and fucking like you're skinning an animal essentially. And then down the middle of the cut, it had this big long piece of gristle, like connective tissue, and that was the part that just made me angry because I couldn't cut it out, and I just started like tearing it like open, and then just ripping shreds of meat off because I got so tired of trying to cut with the knife.
Oh, it turned out nice. Well,
It did turn out really good in the end. It was delicious. I had some of the leftovers for lunch today. It was very good.
Yeah.
So for the listeners, chuck top blade steak. If you tear it apart, it comes out real great when you cook it.
And get really angry first, and then rip that shit to shreds.
Because that's normal. That's why I wouldn't do good with kids. It'd be like changing the diaper and like just start ripping the kid apart or something, right? I mean, that's no.
Yeah, I don't think that connection is valid, but
Damn it,
whatever.
You know, there was actually
different. I kind of thought the same way before I had kids, and I think I'm doing all right, dude.
Just as long as nobody ever hands me a fucking baby again. God damn it.
Right.
I stopped going to family gatherings because people keep trying to hand me babies. You should hold the baby. I don't want to hold the baby.
Yeah.
Here you go.
You fucking hold the baby. It's your baby.
Not sure if want to nurture or punt.
Yeah.
Leaning closer to punt.
Right. This is not my baby. It's going to be punt.
Well, but it's not the baby's fault that the baby got handed to me. It had no control over the situation.
Right.
You can't be mad at the baby. It's really difficult to be mad at babies.
Yeah. It's your own fault for looking so adorable, dude. People just want to hand you babies.
No, I think it's because they don't think I like the baby unless I'm holding the baby. And I'm pretty sure they're right. I don't like the baby even when I'm holding the baby.
Right.
It'll grow up and I'll love it, I'm sure, because it's family. But until then, when it starts talking, then I can handle it.
Yeah, up until then, yeah. But no, it really is different when it's your kid, dude. Or it was for me anyway. Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah, all joking aside, I have no doubt.
You're just not interested in finding out, right?
Well, what was it? I did have an opportunity at one point. So this one lady I used to work with at one of the jobs, like an assembly job I worked at, she was this Mexican lady, and she'd show up in these like puffy prom dress looking dresses every day, like these super fancy dresses. And she used to constantly tell me that I'd make such a great father. I think she was like a single mom. And I was just like, nope, never, ever gonna happen.
You're like, yeah, probably. I'll never know.
It was terrifying.
Shut it down immediately.
I much rather the girl who kept trying to fucking see if she could freak me out with saying like dirty shit.
Yeah.
Like at one point we had these tables, you know, like you like a table and it's open on all sides. All the work tables were like that, and she was sitting across from me, facing me across one of the walkways, and we were at these tables, and I hadn't actually noticed because I was just like intent on my work, but she was wearing a skirt and she's like, "Oh, you see my chones? I'm not wearing any."
Damn.
Chones, for those who don't know, are underwear.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, it didn't occur to me that that's definitely in.
Or she'd wait till I was picking stuff off the floor and then walk up so that I'd like come up and be like staring straight at her chest, because I'd be like sitting on a chair picking something up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she was
like trying to like embarrass you, or like.
I think she was messing with me, but I mean, she was friendly. She wasn't like rude or anything. It was very friendly.
Right.
And you know, she wasn't serious. I think she was like married or something with like a couple of kids. I think she just wanted to like mess with me because I was like easily flustered or something.
Yeah, that's what I mean. To like embarrass you, like get your red face or whatever.
I guess I was, but I just was like, I didn't really care.
Mm.
I don't know, man.
She probably just liked whatever reaction you were giving her, dude.
I guess.
Or she did want you to bang her. I mean, that's not unheard of for
nah, it wouldn't happen.
married women to fuck people.
I actually never had to say that. That's not true.
It's like, no. No, that's
One
not
time I tried to mess around with somebody's wife, and then I felt like a piece of shit, and I would never ever do that again. So.
No, I did one time, but I feel like it's not totally my fault because it was basically, dude. Yeah, I can tell. You want me to tell the story? It's pretty.
Well, you were married to the guy, so really, technically, it's your fault, you know.
Yeah. Well, no. Basically, this is what it was. I was hanging out with like my friend and his chick, and then this other chick was, her friend or whatever, and we were at the bar, and basically at the end of the night, like she was kind of flirting with everybody. But at the end of the night, like me and my friend are riding home, she ends up coming with us, and I'm like, dude, I'm really fucking wasted. And like I live pretty far away, so I'm like, can I crash here? And then like that chick was crashing there too. We're both fucking drunk, both fucking horny, and then they'd have us both sleeping in one bed. They put us both in one room in one bed, like instead of having me sleep on the couch or something.
Oh,
so they put us both in the same fucking room in the same bed. Like, okay, what's gonna fucking happen, Yeah. So we end up fucking, and apparently she was like her husband was somewhere like out of town, and she was had like moved or something, and she just hadn't moved yet or something weird like that. But yeah, I kind of feel bad.
Bro.
But in my opinion, like I feel that was unfair expectation of me to put me in that environment and not expect us to fuck. And dude, what's really funny is my friend bet his girlfriend that I was gonna fuck her, and he ended up obviously winning the bet because I fucked her. They actually bet on whether we were gonna fuck.
So clearly, that's the bigger deal here. No. I was just helping my friend win a bet. Like that was it.
Yeah, that's.
I didn't know about that. Well, I didn't know about that at the time, dude.
Well, of course not.
Did he at least get a percentage?
Later that they had actually bet on it, dude.
Did you?
I was just glad. He told me it, and I'm like, well, I'm glad I could help you out, buddy.
I feel like he owed you like at least 10%.
Yeah, this is true. I did. I mean, it wasn't the hardest deal to close. But still, I closed the deal.
Yeah, you earned him some money. I think he should be paying up. In fact, I think you should collect.
Yeah, I'm going to get in contact with that fucker. You owe me. How much money did you win? I want to cut.
You just fucking imagine that. That would be such a bizarre fucking phone call.
Right.
Hey, that time when you and your girlfriend bet on whether I'd fuck that married woman you put me in bed with? Yeah, I think you owe me 10% of the winnings of that bet, and you better pay up, man.
Yeah,
like 10 years ago. Sure, go for it.
You remember it, goddammit. Come on.
There's 10 years interest now.
Right. Yeah. So now at this point, it's actually worth more than the entire amount of money that he won.
Yeah.
You should have
with interest. You owe me $12,000 now.
Hey, bro, he should have paid up right away. Even if he didn't know he had to, or even if there wasn't any money involved in it at all, it doesn't matter. It's interest.
If it was like a blowjob, that's like 10% of a blowjob. It's hard to work out,
Yeah.
Although if you're already sleeping with somebody's wife, you might as well be getting head from the other guy's girlfriend.
That's fair enough, right?
That seems reasonable. With interest at this point, she might as well just bang you.
Oh man!
Even if you're not together anymore.
Still, I thought it was kind of the perfect scenario, though. I'm like, all right, so a week from now, she's going to move far away, and I'll never have to see her again. I'm like, this is kind of perfect.
I mean, at the end of the day, like you're not married to her husband. It's not like your fault. This dude
wanted to cheat. Yeah, honestly, she was like fucking hitting on like everybody, dude. It's like she was horny as fuck. She was gonna fuck somebody. So why not me? Why not me? Plus, she had huge fucking tits, dude. It was great.
Yeah, I've been in weird situations where like this crazy ass chick was out at a bar with me and a bunch of people, and she was definitely like going to get married to this guy that I barely knew, but I'd met a couple times. He was a nice guy, And yeah, it was tough because there was definitely like a couple opportunities I could have had to sleep with this chick. I eventually just stopped hanging out with her because it was just like I just did not want to. Her boyfriend was such a nice guy. Like I'd only met him a couple times. He was like the fucking nicest man in the world. And I'm like, and she was definitely gonna cheat on him with somebody. And it was very clear that it could have been me a couple times. And I just was like, nope. I mean,
yeah, that's right.
She tried to convince me for like an hour that like you could have a relationship with somebody that cheated on their significant other.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, that's
interesting.
That's pulling a pin on a grenade, man.
She was not.
That shit's blowing up in my hand.
That was just. It was more that she was completely irrational than that there was. Like I didn't want to mess with the guy's girlfriend and all that, and I didn't want to get involved in anything to do with that. Like however it blows out, eventually it probably will.
Right. Just don't want to be the one responsible for it. Right?
Yeah, and there was too many other people. Like it just like it didn't want to get involved.
Complications.
Although I think there was a dude that was hitting on me and wanted to sleep with me that she knew, and I didn't realize it.
Oh wow.
But like he kept wanting to dance with me and shit, and I think that he might have been gay, and I might have just not realized that he was trying to get me to fuck him.
Wow, you think like, so? A guy wanted
grinding and stuff.
I don't think I've ever had a guy want to dance with me, so I'm saying it's a pretty safe bet. He was probably gay.
But it was like grind dancing too, and I was like really drunk, so I didn't think. You got to realize I don't really have a lot of boundaries anymore. And at that point, I was really into dancing, and I just really didn't care. Like it didn't mean anything to me. But apparently, looking back on it now, like he gave me his number, he wanted my number, and we should hang out. And
it's pretty obvious. Oh man.
Yeah.
I wonder if I was trying to think back. Are there any times that I've been hit on by a dude and didn't realize it? I don't think I have, dude. Yeah, I can't think of any. But again, I was never, I never realized it when fucking chicks were hitting on me either. So fucking who knows?
Well, he was like a super bro guy. So I think it might have been one of those like, he wants to hang out and then like, hey, bro, we should totally blow each other, right? You know, just like bring it up out of nowhere and shit.
Totally. Give me a hard cock in my ass, bro style.
It's real bro.
Yeah.
As long as it's in a tank top and a backwards hat, you're good.
Oh man.
Yeah, that and you yell out no homo. That's all it takes.
Oh God, that is so fucking. Oh, pardon me.
God damn it! I've never heard of some. I can't remember who did that, but they were fucking like in a playing like Call of Duty or something, dude. And the guy's like fucking. He'll start out talking normal, and then all of a sudden says, "What's up, nigga? I'll suck your dick, no homo. What's up?"
That's probably what would have happened. I never wanted to hang out with the guy. He was a little off. I think he was like into like heavy drugs, like meth and shit. Not like if it was weed or like hallucinogens, I could hang, but meth and stuff was just not my thing. I like William Stencheffer in the chat says I think Stabby has a leather jacket in Village People's cassette in his closet. I used to have a leather jacket. I don't have it anymore. It fell apart, but I did actually used to have a leather jacket. Never had a Village cassette.
And get it right, it was Village People's 8-track.
I did used to have some Beatles cassettes. I had Rubber Soul, Revolver, and like one other, I think the Sgt. Pepper and Lonely Hearts Club Band, and a couple of Willie Nelson cassettes.
Yeah, that's not gay, dude.
But yeah, I don't think those. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think those really compare to the Village People.
No,
or like the Bee Gees.
I think what was it for cassettes?
Oh, sorry.
For cassettes, I had what's it? Good Morning Vietnam, the soundtrack.
Oh God!
It was literally it was literally the soundtrack.
Right, a bunch of 60 songs.
Yeah.
Actually,
so it had it had like the Robin Williams exposition like for him from the movie, and then the songs he would play.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I listened the shit out of that. That was awesome. So I think it was that one and just one other.
Think of.
Huh?
I assume it had All Along the Watchtower, right?
Watchtower?
No, one of the songs would be Jimi Hendrix's "All Along the Watchtower."
Oh, probably, yeah. I can't remember every song that's on it, but I don't doubt it.
Oh, God damn it. Fuck you. Remember. No.
I can't remember all of them. I'm sorry. I can't handle this kind of pressure.
How do you not remember it? It's Jimmy, man. It's fucking Jimmy.
Well, it'd be on the cassette. I assume it's on the cassette, but I don't know.
it would have to be.
Yeah.
Although, again, with my memory, it could be a completely other fucking movie I'm thinking of that played All Along the Watchtower in it.
Oh, that's in a bunch of movies, man.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a very iconic song.
Yeah, and a Bob Dylan tune. He fucking jacked it from Bob Dylan.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of Beethoven songs that are like that too, and there's a few other rock songs that are like in a ton of movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, again, I have to say, I definitely prefer Jimi Hendrix's version to Bob Dylan's version All Along the Watchtower.
Oh, that happens sometimes, man. Like somebody like Willie Nelson has written songs for so many people you've heard that you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look that up.
Yeah,
some fucking major hits.
Yeah. Well, Aerosmith's "Come Together" was a pretty good one.
Come together right now over me. Ding, 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 now.
So you know that, but you don't know All Along the Watchtower? What the fuck?
Go fuck yourself. That's my response to that. Thank you.
Oh, shit. You can't hear Jimmy, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those from White Men Can't Jump.
Oh, but I wanna.
Okay, here we go. We can't get into all of it, but this is a list of songs written by Willie Nelson.
Oh, shit. I can't read any of that, but yeah, fucking awesome.
I'm not going to go into every single one.
I know, dude. I'm fucking with you.
We're still going.
Man, the eyes. A lot of eyes. A lot of songs start with I. Nope. Where to go?
Kneel at the Feet of Jesus is only 1K. We're in the L, M, N. Just the fucking amazing, absurdly amazing amount of songs that this guy's written. And a lot of them he just sold.
Does he get royalties on all that shit, or he just sold the rights and everything?
That dude tours because he loves touring. He doesn't fucking have to do shit.
Nah. How'd he get in trouble with the IRS then, dude? Just being a dumbass?
Oh, probably not paying his taxes like everyone else.
Right. Like him and Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, there's some celebrities that do that. They just think they can get away with it. Plus,
I think they're just
with his wives and stuff like that.
Plus, I think Willie Nelson is perpetually stoned. That's probably not helping matters.
No. Yeah, it's intense. Like, he's one of the most prolific artists on the planet. He's written so many fucking sons.
Yeah.
Most people have no idea.
Yeah, I didn't. I definitely didn't.
Oh, I bet I can find a list of songs you didn't know were written by Willie Nelson.
All right.
Really?
Oh, that auto-completes, by the way.
Oh, shit. Where are we at? We're derailing. Derailing!
Awkward silence!
Make the noisy talk.
Sorry. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Here's a list of songs that were covers that you didn't know were covers.
Oh, I thought you literally said the same thing again. Like,
No, these are just songs that were covers that you didn't realize. I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston was originally by Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Salt and Pepper, What a Man, 1994 was originally by Linda Nandel, whoever that was, in 1968.
I did not know that.
What a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Soft Cell, Tainted Love was originally by Gloria Jones in 1964.
Wow. Yep, I did not know that.
Oh, wow. That's
Wow.
a really short period between. Natalie and Imbruglia Torn, 1997, was originally by Edna Swap in 1995. Oh, and then
I'm
say
gonna take your
listen
shit.
to 'em.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that
take
really
your
doesn't
shit
like it's just.
and then sing it my own style, my own little way, and then I'm gonna make a bunch of money off of it. How's that? Oh, good.
That'll do.
Wow.
First cut is the deepest in '76 was originally by P.P. Arnold in 1967.
Wait, is that the same one that Sheryl Crow covered as well? Is that the same
Yeah,
song?
Sheryl Crow covered that as well. You're right. I didn't realize. I forgot about that.
Damn.
Wait, Come On, Feel the Noise?
Come On, Feel the Noise was originally by Slade in 1973. That
Wow. Yeah. So far, I've only known the first one, dude.
That's gotta suck, man. When you wrote a song, but then somebody else like fucking does a cover, and it's like way bigger than yours.
Right. Yeah, you know what? I don't like a lot of that '80s fucking glam rock shit, but I actually do have to admit I like that song.
Yeah. Superstition, 1972, stolen out from a guy that wrote it in 90. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
Wait, it's that you're earlier?
Yeah, and Superstition was 1972, originally by Jeff Beck, 1973. So I'm not sure how that works.
That time traveling motherfucker, dude. Fools you with the blindness.
Somebody must have typed the wrong fucking.
Yeah, or else they just reversed them or something. Yeah.
Oh, I Love Rock and Roll was originally by the Arrows.
Oh wow, it's crazy.
Oh well, everybody knows the Jeff Buckley thing was originally by Leonard Cohen. Fucking duh.
Leonard Cohen.
That's
That guy was a fucking lunatic.
Hallelujah. You know, I mean, there was like something like 400 fucking verses to fucking Hallelujah.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote that over like 10 or 20 years or some crazy thing, dude. And before he finally finalized the song, and like Jeff Buckley made it huge.
Yeah. Well, Leonard Cohen was a pretty unique dude, man. He was pretty fucking far out there.
Oh yeah. Well, and it resulted in an amazing song.
Oh, here comes one that I knew.
Oh yeah, Hurt by Johnny Cash was originally Nine Inch Nails. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He actually does. Yeah, I really like his version. And I mean, I like the 9 Inch Nails one too. But yeah, Cash definitely puts a lot more feeling into it, I guess.
The trivia for this: perhaps one of the most extreme covers on the list, but also the most prolific. In a touching montage, Johnny Cash had his final hit music video right before his death. Trent Reznor at first found the idea of the cover gimmicky, but after seeing the music video, admitted that the song now belonged to Mr. Cash.
Yeah.
That's
I actually really like the original one, but yeah, the way fucking he sang it, it was like, holy shit.
Which one is it?
Hurt. The last video that Johnny Cash did, that was originally 9 Inch Nails. Trent Reznor wrote it.
Yeah. But that's like he.
Yeah, well, Trent Reznor was almost like whispering it. He almost wasn't singing. He was like kind of whispering the fucking words. And fucking Cash comes along and fucking, actually put some real feeling into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not surprising.
That's definitely one of those songs where it's just like the remake or the remix of it is like so much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although, like I said, I really like the original, but yeah, Cash's is definitely better.
I haven't heard the original. I should listen to it.
Yeah, he's literally other than like the chorus or whatever you want to call it, he's essentially whispering the whole time, dude. Yeah, if I knew how to sing like at all, I would tell you what I'm talking about. But since I can't, I'm not about it. Not good.
Turn. That was originally by Pete Seeger, not the Byrds.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Well, here we go.
Yeah. Oh wait, I think somebody just said that Willie Nelson wrote "Crazy."
Yeah, Patrick Plans "Crazy" in 1961.
I think Stench Amber. Where's it at?
They fucked the year up again.
Yeah, Stench Amber had just said that a while back that Willie Nelson wrote "Crazy." Yeah.
I can't see the chat when I'm doing this, unfortunately. Oh wow, Girls Just Want to Have Fun was not Cyndi Lauper. It was originally Robert Hazard. That's a trip. Time Is on My Side was originally Kai Winding. The Incredible Kai Winding Trombones. Wow, that's not a good band name compared to the Rolling Stones.
Kai Winding Trombones.
No, I Want Candy was originally the Strangeloves. That actually makes sense. It did sound like a fucking really old song.
Yeah.
Dazed and Confused was originally by Jack Holmes.
Oh wow! I wonder if I'd be interested to hear the original of that.
Well, they used it. I think they played it because one of the people in Led Zeppelin was like schizophrenic and was just slowly getting more and more fucked up with his symptoms and shit, and was like withdrawing from the band and whatnot.
Oh wow!
Things got
My
weird.
Mind Set on You was originally by James Ray. It wasn't a George Harrison song.
Oh wow!
Set on you.
I was thinking of the Weird Al's take on that one.
Oh yeah.
This song's just 6 words long.
It is just repeating. I got my mind set on you. You're right.
Yeah, that's why that was the name of his version. This song,
The lyrical.
it's not.
It's a lyrical Apocalypse canon.
Yeah, everybody in Creedence didn't originally write Susie Q. That's pretty fucking obvious.
Right.
House of the Rising Sun wasn't the Animals. Okay.
Yeah.
It was a song 30 years prior to that, written by Tom Clarence Ashley and Gwen Foster.
I believe it happened to the Animals. It was an Animals song that got took by somebody else. So the same thing they did happened to them, where a song they wrote got taken by someone else and became way more popular.
And they're sitting there going like, "That's terrible. That should never happen to anybody."
Like, oh shit, never mind. It's okay when we do it.
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin, Respect, was originally by Otis Redding.
Otis Redding, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely did not know that one.
RSPECT means not fucking, doesn't mean not stealing somebody's song. No, I'm sure they will.
Check it from there.
Well, with a lot of blues, a lot of classic blues, they would sing each other's songs, and sometimes they would like just change like a few little lyrics here and there. And it was like a thing, like it was done. Everybody did it. It was like totally fine. So,
well, have you heard the song "Fever"?
Yeah.
How many times has that been resung? Like,
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's certain classics in the blues genre that everybody sang, and it just basically went around, and everybody would do their own rendition of it, and it was totally normal and acceptable. It's sort of like. In the 60s and 70s, comedians would just go do the same set in the same areas, and everybody did that set.
Yeah. They kind of talked before, like, you're going to do this joke? Okay, I'll do this bit. You do this bit.
Yeah, and it was just like you would go, and if you were going to go and you were going to play in, like, North Carolina, there was a set of jokes that you did in North Carolina, and everybody did that same set of jokes. That's just how it was. Nobody had, like, their own personal bits. And that didn't start changing until I want to say like the 70s and the 80s.
Right. Yeah, although when was Lenny Bruce? And Lenny Bruce definitely did his own thing. Was that the 70s?
Yeah, well, also you had Lenny Bruce, you had George Carlin were kind of like what's his name? Fuck me.
What is his name?
The black dude, I can't remember his name.
Pryor?
Yeah, Richard Pryor. Those were the three kind of pioneers of like just
actually
totally
doing
their own kind of stuff.
Right.
I think I could be completely fucking wrong. I'm not an expert. The Clash, I Fought the Law was originally by the Crickets.
Oh wow, interesting.
Huh? Twisted Shout was not originally the Beatles.
Oh, wow.
Hound Dog was not Elvis Presley. I'll be damned. Originally by Big Mama Thornton.
Willie Mae, Big Mama Thornton. That's
I
crazy.
can see Willie Mae singing that. Yeah.
So it looks how how often we look at the chat. Hi, Akinaro.
Oh, Akinaro's here.
Hey! Right on. Good to see you. I mean, chat you. Whatever the fuck the word is.
Just in
I'm
time.
glad you're here is my point. My point is I'm glad you're here.
He's really happy. Really, really happy. Boy, I'm excited to see you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Akinaro. By the way, Engelhardt has a dog and may take requests, so you should probably make some in the chat. We're going to make this into a cam show.
Just add to our Patreon.
Our next hangout will be on Chatterbait. Sorry.
Yeah. Get this party started.
Well, the sad part is, I do have to sleep to work tomorrow.
Oh god damn.
No,
Because it's 12:30.
That's a complete misconception, dude. Don't you have any meth laying around?
No, I don't.
Sleep is for the weak.
Peanut butter, huh?
Just peanut butter.
You just need to eat a bigger meal tomorrow and you'll be fine.
So I'm here, and I'm gonna check out today.
Oh man, I'm glad you
But
stopped by.
I'll leave you with this.
Yay!
One more bit. Yay.
No.
He's ready to go too. All right. So later, everybody.
Later on, Engler.
Goodbye.
Have a good night. Peace. Yeah,
Linda
that's pretty
Ronstadt
cool.
made a career out of singing other people's songs from William in the chat. I wouldn't doubt it. It's pretty crazy. Carrot wants to gas the dog, apparently. Good lord.
Damn, dude.
I'm just going to choose to think that Carrot has a fart fetish and doesn't really want to kill the dog.
Okay. Just wants the gas from the dog.
Yeah, it just wants to fart on the dog because it kind of is Carrot's thing.
Oh, I went the wrong way with that one. My apologies.
Either way works. Or maybe that's Lotus Wolf. I don't know. She seems to be into farting a lot.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, she hasn't been back on either, man. I thought we had a decent conversation with her.
Carrot says, ew, no way.
Right.
Yeah, his Abby makes statements like that really good. His avatar definitely makes it look good. Very angry-looking avatar. I fucking should have shared this with Englehart. This is a fucking funny picture I saw on Twitter. I don't know how accurate it is because it's one of the ones that would be really easy to.
Oh yeah,
this one,
dude.
When you date a white, it's not all right. Propagation of whites is propagation of hatred, oppression, homophobia, sexism, transphobia, racism, ableism. This will not be tolerated. You have been warned. Emerald City Antifa. I don't know how real it is because it's either it could easily be like a copy or it could easily be photoshopped. So
yeah, that's a tough one. But unfortunately, I really wish we lived in a world where you could tell like there's no fucking way that that's real. Instead of one, yeah, that could easily be real.
Yeah, that's the thing is like from Antifa that actually is something that I could see them doing.
Yeah,
I had to share that because I saw that on Twitter and I was just like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Yeah, I saw that too for sure. Yep, that's madness.
Madness. No, breathing aloud. You know, well, you got to remember, like, left-wing extremism, you're always just, like, one more murder away from utopia.
Mm-hmm.
I am stealing that from Sarcophagon, in case anybody wonders. I absolutely will admit that. Especially again, the right wing is, like, fucking witch trials and, like, the moralistic bullshit and the fucking religious extremism.
Yeah. Did you see the one? Did you? Oh, go ahead. Finish. Sorry.
I was just saying, just in case anybody thinks I'm too one-sided or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the one where they had like a picture of a little blonde-headed white kid with the free speech shirt on, and they were fucking talking shit about it because he was a fucking blonde-haired white kid.
So literally, they're like super fucking racist about it.
Yeah. They were basically like saying shit like "fuck that." There should be we need to have less of these, or fucking shit like that. Yeah, I think that we need to have less of these was probably the nicest thing that was said.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, wow.
Well, what kills me is
I'm like, dude, you're almost like, I'm not gonna fucking go Nazi, dude, but the way they're fucking acting, they're gonna make a lot of motherfuckers, a lot of white dudes, go fucking Nazi, dude.
Well, here's the thing. So, I mean, essentially, right now it's like a moral panic, and the problem with moral panics is it tends to fucking slam the other way. So there's a really good chance that when this finally breaks, it's going to go way into like super conservatism.
Right.
Like marriage and kids are the acceptable, and anybody who's not like working at a job and trying to have as many kids as they can is a bad person kind of bullshit. You should be going to church and that kind of thing. So it's like, I'm really hoping it breaks soon because the longer it takes to break and the further it goes in the one direction, the more it's going to rebound in the other direction when the moral panic is over.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, like I
it's gonna
said,
be
it does
bad.
seem to be definitely still does seem to be turning. You know, the tide definitely does seem to be turning, so that's good. But
I wonder
we'll
at the rate
see.
they're going though, if fucking slavery's not going to come back. Yeah, like if they push it so far the one way, it's not going to come back.
Right.
You're like,
Like,
I guess
yeah.
we're just going to own Antifa.
Right.
Antifa's going to work the farms now.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah, we're gonna have more gulags.
No, gulags is if Antifa wins.
Mm. Yeah.
So,
Well, you never know. We push back. Like, all
no,
right,
that would
we're
be.
gonna do what you wanted. Fuck
Well,
you guys.
Antifa are not religious, so they don't count. They're not. They're atheists. So we're gonna have Antifa rebuild everything with slave labor.
Mm.
And then get rid of the farm equipment, and then it'll just be Antifa out in the fields picking like cotton and stuff.
Mm. Yeah, I can see it happening, dude. Unfortunately,
That'd be
it's
funny.
fucking
I'm
joke,
sorry.
but you know what I mean. Like, all right, you fuckers have been acting so horribly for so long that we don't even feel bad about doing this to you anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, that's how fucking horrible you've been.
Well, I mean, essentially,
Like, we totally know it's wrong, but fuck you.
well, the thing that's going to be weird is generally when the moral panic breaks, like when it's finally over, the most persecuted people from the other side generally become the most revered. So it's going to be weird when people look upon like someone as like Milo Yiannopoulos as like a moral paragon of somebody to emulate. Like,
Yeah. It could be weird. I mean, Milo's not perfect, but Jesus, the people they're holding up now.
I just think he would make
Yeah.
shit up to fuck with people way too much.
Yeah, he definitely likes to fuck. He's definitely a world-class troll, dude. So that could be
Like, you're not
that could be
conservative if you
disastrous.
haven't sucked at least one dick, you know.
Hey, you haven't had sucked a black cock. What the fuck are you doing here?
With that might be Antifa again. Are you sure?
Well, I know Milo likes black guys.
Yeah, well, we need more railroads. We need more of that, and Antifa needs work. Clearly, they don't have enough to do with their time. They have a lot of time on their hands.
They obviously need something to fill out their day.
Oh, Richard Spencer becomes an icon. Mickey says that would be fucking funny.
God
That would
damn.
be awful, but it would be funny at the same time.
Right.
I mean, sooner or later.
I wonder if they actually believe there could be some non-violent way to create a white ethno-state. Like, do they really believe that?
No, they do, and I've heard them explain it. I think I've said something on the channel before, but it bears repeating. So the way they think that's going to work is by paying people to leave and by paying people not to breed. So it's not quite like eugenics where like they're not allowed to have kids, but where it's like, look, if you just don't have kids, you can adopt and raise like a white baby, and we'll pay you extra money to not have kids. And,
yeah, that's what I'm saying though. That's not something that's going to work,
or something like that.
Yeah,
I didn't say it's
not going to work.
Like that's what they think.
Well, I know. That's what I meant though. Like, do they really think their fucking ideas are really good in practice? Like, can really be applied and actually work?
Yes,
that's like how do they? Yeah, dude, that's ridiculous.
No, they
man.
absolutely do.
Yeah. They're like, oh no, it'll be great. Everybody do this, and yeah.
Totally, they're so benevolent in that they don't want to do violence to fucking kick the people out.
Yeah. That is pretty amazing, dude. They do it with a smiling face. They're like, no, we don't hate anybody. We just don't want to have them exist where we do.
What the hell did you do in my chat, Carrot? I can't read that.
It's upside down. Antifa suck dicks. All right, that's from Akinaro. I don't know if he did that or if Carrot did that to him.
No, Carrot had some weird thing that looks almost like Arabic script.
Oh, wait, did I miss that? I see the dick where it says my dick only makes it better.
Oh, is that what it says? Okay, I can't read that. Really, I'm just blind.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm blind.
Yeah, it's just big letters and like different size letters, dude.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to do that. That's cool. I'm always jealous of people that can figure that out.
Akinaro's doing shit upside down. I don't know how that's happening. Yeah, I don't know how to do any of that either. It's English. Thanks, Carrot.
No, this is our chat. Thanks, Akana. Fuck with Stabby. It's cool.
It's always been your chat.
Yeah, really. That's the one thing I'm very strong in not moderating chat. Everybody should be able to say whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, yeah. Unless you're getting fucking really crazy. Fuck that.
Nah, I don't care. They can get really crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine exactly what would set me up for I'd want to ban somebody, but it would have to be something pretty fucking nuts. I think spamming would probably be the only thing.
You know, it links to genuine child pornography. That would be it. You're out if that's the case.
All right.
Like
Yeah.
real children.
Or again, if you're spamming so much shit, constantly doing
I know
something where nothing can really get read because it's flying by too fast.
Well, soon we're gonna have so many people that we won't even be able to read the chat. There will be hundreds and thousands of people.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but with my connections with people,
I kind of like having.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I always fucking enjoy it. Can't speak for anyone else. We'll see if we can actually get Base Mama on or Subconscious Devil. I'm pretty sure Subconscious Devil will do it. Yeah, Base Mama. Like I said, she's got a lot of shit going on. Like I feel like she wanted to. I don't think she was bullshitting me. What she was saying, because she seemed enthusiastic about it. But again, she's got 6 fucking kids. She's got her own channel. Got her a bunch of shit going on. So I don't know if she's going to actually be able. And I'll talk to her, see if there's a better time that works for her. We'll do it.
I'm gonna ask Mr. Mitoker.
Right, yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, make sure you put in the part about it doing absolutely nothing for his channel, dude. That's essential. We can guarantee you that it will not help you at all. That I can promise you, Mr. Mitoker.
All right, hey man, any chance you want to be a hangout on a channel with like no viewers? We are mediocre. Because mediocre is a play on somebody that was really angry in a chat and said mediocre.
Oh,
spelled mediocre. That's why I had to.
Oh, right on, dude. That's fucking awesome. I didn't know that.
Get PewDiePie on. Well, I'll tell you what, man. You can message PewDiePie, and if he wants to come on, he's absolutely down. I absolutely have him on.
Yeah, Carrot, I actually hung out with Base Mama on Friday night. Base Mama, Subconscious Devil, obviously Base Mama's fiance. It's fucking awesome, dude. Actually way hotter in person. I think I mentioned that earlier, but she's actually way hotter in person. Oh, no, that was before we went on air, wasn't it? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like
she's actually pretty petite with those huge fucking tits. It's
oh man!
Now she's really not coming
fascinated by that.
Yeah, I am, dude. I'm seriously like, holy shit, dude! You should have balance problems. I didn't tell her that, but
you should have balance problems. Not why don't you should. Like this is something.
How is this working? You're defying gravity somehow.
Wow, Kara there's a chat that has 24,000 people in it. That's impressive.
Wow, who the hell's that?
I wonder how he got to be a mod.
Carrot has ways, dude. Don't question Carrot's ways.
Carrot is omnipresent. Carrot is in all chats at all times.
Yeah, how do you think you get 30 wrenches, dude? It's got a talent for it.
Yeah.
Probably more by now, I'd imagine, but at least 30.
Oh, Mickey wants to know, is Base Mama really short or are you just tall? It's 40 wrenches now. God damn. Carrot never
No, she's definitely short. I'm only like 6'1", so I'm not super tall or anything.
Yeah, you're a little taller than me. I'm only 6 foot.
Yeah.
6 foot even.
But no, she had said it. Like I said, it was surprising. It shouldn't have been surprising because she had said that she's pretty petite before. But yeah, actually meeting her, I'm like, holy shit.
Well, it kind of makes sense. A lot of petite people tend to have like really big personalities to make up for it.
Yeah. Dude, you seriously should have seen her. I wish I knew who the other dude was, but for some reason, me and him never really got introduced. He came like afterwards. Yeah, him and her arguing about IQ, man. They were fucking going off. Both of them were really passionate about it. It was funny. And then I was like with her fiance, I'm like, dude, this is fucking pointless, isn't it? He's like, yeah, dude, this happens all the time. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, this is why I stopped watching vegan games debates. It's just fucking pointless. But it was entertaining, though. It was pretty entertaining watching them go back and forth.
Oh yeah, no, it is a good debate with people that are actually like rational and polite. Is usually a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah, and like when those two people can still get along, like they're not getting pissed off.
Well, it's one of the reasons why I think that the debates on YouTube need to start having moderators more regularly.
Right.
Because a good moderator can even keep people who are really angry from really getting aggressive.
Going over the edge with it,
Yeah.
But yeah.
It would be nice to if somebody started like a moderation channel where they're like, I just moderate debates. Anybody that wants to debate anybody, you guys come on my channel and I'll moderate. And then you put the video wherever you want it. You know, just like would be wonderful.
But yeah, dude, it went on so long that the bar closed, and then they were out in the parking lot. So it was like 2:30 in the morning, and they're still in the parking lot fucking arguing about it, dude.
What is Base Mama's fiance like? Is he a cool dude? I assume he's cool.
Yeah, he really is, dude. Yeah, he's fucking. He's really chill. Looks exactly like. Well, take your pick between. You remember how Tsar Nicholas and George, was it George V or whatever? They were like cousins, but they looked almost identical.
No.
Tsar Nicholas II and George whatever of England. Well, they look. He looks like whatever one of those two you want to consider it. Like he has the beard and everything, dude.
Oh, that's cool.
Look up Tsar Nicholas and I forget which George. It's like George V or something like that. But yeah, he's a little short. He's about as tall as she is, so he's pretty short. Maybe a little taller, but you know, it's a short little dude. But yeah, he's fucking cool as hell, dude.
Tsar Nicholas and George V.
All right.
And
yeah, okay. I would
images.
She was literally, in fact, she actually pulled it out. She's like, "You want to see something?" And she actually pulled out a picture of George V and was like holding the phone right up next to him. Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, like he looks just like them, or Tsar Nicholas."
Yeah.
About
Mickey of Tao looks like that too.
Yeah.
Maybe Mickey of Tao is the fiance in disguise. I bet that's the case.
Perhaps.
Suddenly he'll be like gone from the chat. I'm not looking at the chat right now, so I don't know if he's like screaming, yelling at me or not.
Oh yeah. Oh, Mickey Chateau?
Yeah.
It says, yeah, she told me he looked like Tsar Nicholas too. He was a good looking dude. And then what? But he was also a cuck. Okay. Oh man. But yeah. No, they were really nice because I think they could send dude, I was nervous as fuck, dude, which I'm not used to. I can't remember the last time, if ever, I was actually nervous about meeting anybody.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, well, it started off, it was going to be at the Cobra Arcade, which is like an arcade/bar, you know, with old arcade games and shit. And it's in Central Phoenix, which I thought I knew pretty well, but I don't. So I got lost. I was supposed to be there at like 9. I didn't get there till like 9:30. And I'm walking in, and that's when I remember, like, oh, shit, I have severe social anxiety. I just remembered. And, like, I didn't want to go into the bar. Like, I was, like, kind of fucking scared, dude. And then so I walked around. I got back in my truck, and I was going to fucking bolt, dude. And I was like, she probably doesn't fucking care, you know, if I'm here or not. So I was going to fucking bolt, dude. But then I, like, I turned on my internet, and then on my fucking Twitter, she had messaged me, like, where are you? And I was like, shit. And then I kind of messaged her. I think I lied. I'm like, oh, I just got here. I was lost a little bit or whatever. And then so I finally did. I'm like, okay, I'm going in. And then I go into the bar, and I do like a couple circuits, and I don't see him anywhere. You know, then I'm just kind of freaking out because, again, there's a shitload of people there. It was really packed and really loud. And I'm meeting people I've never fucking met before. But then I checked my phone. She's like, no, we bailed. We're going to go to this other place. So then I was like, oh shit. So I kind of walk out front, and then as I was kind of walking around looking at my phone to see if I got another message, she called me. She's like, Detroit. And which also didn't register at first, because Detroit has nothing to do with anything else. It's not a nickname, or nobody else has ever called me that in real life. So it took me a second. I was like, oh shit. And then I turned around, and then she was like right there, like they had their car pulled up right there. And she's like, yeah, we're going to this other place. And yeah, so then we ended up going to the other place, which is a lot more chill. But yeah, like I said, I was nervous as fuck, but they were, I think they could, I think she could sense that, you know, her little maternal instincts, I think, are pretty strong. So yeah, she was really nice. Her fucking fiance was cool. And then I think I relaxed after a while, but yeah, we were there till basically from about 10 to like 2:30 in the morning, just hanging out. It was fucking cool, man. It was a good time. And that's what I was literally telling him. I'm like, dude, I think this is the first time I've left the house in like 5 fucking years or something. Because, you know, basically since I've had my son, I haven't done a fucking goddamn thing, dude. I mean, once I got custody of my son, which was like 3.5 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I haven't done shit. I mean, leaving the house, the only things I've done leaving the house between, you know, in that time is go grocery shopping or go to fucking recovery meetings, like go to AA meetings and NA meetings. That was basically it. I hadn't gone out to a bar or anything like that in a long fucking time.
Oh, well, yeah, that's also like a good idea to like take a really long break and find new ways to socialize.
Right. But yeah, it was cool. And she remembered that I was, or she must have remembered that I was a drug addict or whatever, and that I wasn't going to want to drink, because she's like, "You want a water or something?"
Oh, yeah.
Because literally, I was so freaked out after the first little experience. Like, my mouth was all dry. I was all fucking freaked out. So I was like, no, I just chugged like a fucking liter, like a 1 liter water thing. I'm good.
Oh, yeah. Now you got to figure out where the bathroom is. Yeah, that's all this fun.
But yeah, no, it was really fucking cool. I wish, yeah. I think it was kind of, it was perfect for me the first time that there wasn't a bunch of people there. But I'm hoping for the next one that there's more people that show up. There's got to be more fans of theirs or hers living in the Phoenix area.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough with YouTube and stuff.
Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, it was a good time.
Hiccups are coming back, Carrot. I guarantee it.
No, it's gonna be inside the head.
Yep, absolutely. Just don't think about hiccuping, Carrot. You won't. That was making me think of we got a new guy at work. We got a bunch of new people, but there's one guy in particular who I just want to fucking smack so hard.
Oh, really? Why's that?
Well, he's just so fucking nervous and anxious, and it fucking sets my anxiety off.
Oh, wow. Okay, I gotcha. I don't think I was that bad, but I was just kind of a little aloof at first. I loosened up pretty quick, dude.
Oh, I'm not like a hard to get along with. I can handle most people, even people who are nervous. This was just like, this is just
so extreme
level. And he would just talk a mile a minute and just like just fucking would not. It was just like, oh my God, dude, fucking.
Oh, like, calm down. Now, for me, I'll usually, when I'm nervous, I won't say anything. I don't talk fast or any of that. I'm just kind of quiet. So yeah.
This guy just radiated fucking like anxiety to the point where it's like you're triggering me.
right.
You're fucking with my head now. Just relax, man. Just want to slap him and be like, relax, stop. Fucking stop for a minute. Breathe.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. Yeah, when it starts actually, someone else is so nervous that their nervousness is making you nervous. Eesh. Yeah, that's rough.
I'm usually good. Like, I'm usually all right. It's been a while since I go do a lot of social stuff. I need to go get back down to hermit mode.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, even like we had sat down at a table or whatever, and I was sitting next to her fiance, like, she was on the other side. Like, even he kind of made a point to, like, fucking interact with me and talk to me and shit. So yeah, like I said, it was really fucking cool, man. I was like, it's pathetic how much I needed this and how much I enjoyed just fucking hanging out and bullshitting. Like,
it's a trip, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time though. It really was.
So far, no response from Mr. Matoker, that bastard.
Damn him. Well, all you can do is try, man. Like I said, yeah, I don't think. I'm not sure when me and us and Base Mama can get on here, but Subconscious Devil was cool too, man. Yeah, like I said, he was the other one hanging out with us.
Hey, is he the debater guy?
Yeah, huh?
Was he the master debater guy?
No, it was again. I don't know who the other dude was.
Oh, okay.
Again, I think somehow we just never got introduced directly because he came in like probably an hour after, and yeah. No, Subconscious Devil is like I said. I think he's only got like maybe 40 subs. There's only two of us. Like he was doing the live stream right before I came on here. To this one. He does a lot of like Let's Plays and shit, like or whatever they call. I don't know what they call them that now, but they play games and talk and whatever.
Oh, right. I've tried to stream games. I'm not good at it.
Right.
Not the streaming part. I'm bad at the streaming of the games part.
Oh,
it doesn't work. I did like a whole fucking one where it was just like I never shared the screen. So it was just
wow.
The whole fucking like 2 hours of gaming, so nobody could see a damn thing we were talking about.
Oh wow, that's pretty funny though. I mean, it's fucked up, but that's funny, dude.
Well, and then I just because I luckily I recorded that with like a screen recording thing, and it was really funny because I uploaded the whole video because I'm like, well, we already fucking tried to stream it, so the audio was already up. So I might as well just upload the whole video, and everybody was like, "Why'd you put the whole video up? You should have freaking what do you call it? You should have edited down to like just the funny parts." And I'm like, well, "We already fucking did a whole thing. We should just put the whole thing up now because we fucked up."
Right.
Like, oh,
damn!
It was pretty fucking funny. I thought it was
hilarious. That is pretty crazy. Yeah.
So I am Mickey's
how to do that shit. Yeah, Mickey's of Towns apparently says he also rarely leaves the house. Yeah, honestly, I think I'd messaged Mama earlier about doing the stream too, but then like I kind of thanked her for doing that. Like I telling her I had a good time, and I was like, because it's pretty much you and a house fire are pretty much the only two things that could normally get me outside of the fucking house, dude.
Base Mama and a house fire. There you go.
Yeah. Those are the only two things that could have gotten me out of this goddamn house.
Well, now you know that it's not all horrible when you leave, so you're gonna have to leave more often.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it wasn't a matter of like being scared to or anything like that. Like I wouldn't mind going out and meeting, like my friends and shit, but it was just kind of a weird thing of meeting people I'd never met. And again, someone like Mama who I really respect. And actually, because I don't really care about anybody's opinion, but hers I do. You know what I mean? So this is just kind of a combination of all that.
Oh man, this chat in the in the chat is getting good. Like talking about using dogs to like pick up girls, and then Carrot saying too bad they don't pick up guys. Carrot, you need a bigger dog.
Right.
A bigger dog that's stronger. And then you'll be able to pick up a guy. I'm thinking like a Great Dane, yeah.
Maybe a Saint Bernard if it's not too hot where you live.
Yeah, and then just train it to like drag men to you.
Yeah. Grab them right by the nape of their necks, drag them to you, or an ankle, whatever. Probably ankle would be less damage.
What you do is you get the dog, and on the dog you put a sign that says, I'm really lonely and I need X. Girls, guys, whatever. And you just put that sign on the dog, and people will pity you and come over and talk to you.
I had a friend that had a Great Dane, and fucking every time the dog would sit down, they would yell Happy New Year because of the balls dropping.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm like, why the fuck are you guys doing that? And they told me, I'm like, dude, that is fucking classic.
that is really good. Oh, I'll have to remember that.
Yeah. Fucking huge ass nuts and fucking Great Danes.
Although I can't start doing Happy New Year because I already do Happy Birthday.
All right.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
I've been doing that to Wrath of Controversy for like every single cunt stream for a while now. And I think his birthday, his actual birthday is coming up, and I'm absolutely not going to say it once on his birthday.
Nice.
not once.
Like you gotta, it's gonna be.
I'm like,
right.
it's not your birthday. I'm not saying it.
Yeah, that is funny. Is he kind of getting irritated with you, or for doing it, or not really?
He gets a joke.
Okay, cool.
It's the cunt stream, man.
Yeah, either way, it's good.
Yeah, the cunt stream is most of the people there get the joke. Like they all realize it's just fucking everybody's fucking around.
Yeah, you know, and I gotta follow that again because it's probably too harsh for me to quit just because they had Ogre on once or twice.
Oh yeah, they don't do any of that stuff anymore. I think they realized how bad of an idea that was, getting involved in that whole weird shit. And just got out of the whole thing, and they just fucking chill.
Right on.
The only guy I didn't really care for was the Roy from Very Nearly Viral. I don't know, something about him rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, you know what? I was kind of the same, dude. I like Lacey though. I like Lacey, man.
Well, and Roy's not a bad guy. Like, I will fully acknowledge he doesn't seem like a bad guy at all. Just something about him doesn't work for me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. Like, he's actually a pretty funny dude, but, you know. Well, I got irritated at the one they did. I think I mentioned this back when Opal was on, but the one that they did about crazy hair. And like they kind of punked on everyone else. Like Crazy Hair wasn't a fucking crazy bitch, like kind of defending her. And I was like, dude, you guys.
That was one of those things where I just was like, you guys really should just stay the fuck away from all of that crazy shit.
Yeah, no, they really should have, because Crazy Hair really was doing crazy shit, dude.
I think there was like the thing you got to remember is everybody was drunk the whole fucking time. So all these people who are like, oh, this definitely happened and that definitely happened are fucking lying. I guarantee it. And they're not lying on purpose. Yeah. They were just fucking drunk, so they have bad memories of the whole thing. And it was just like, you can't sit there and take all this stuff that seriously. If everybody's drinking and somebody got hurt or got their feelings hurt or whatever, you just fucking talk it out and say, hey, you know what, I'm sorry. And then everybody apologizes and then everybody's good.
Okay.
Just all they basically.
Yeah, but when you got one chick basically stalking a bunch of YouTubers, it's a little different.
Well, I think they blew everything out of proportion though because of the alcohol, and there's also this thing that when you're in a group of people and there's like somebody who's in the out group, it almost becomes like a fucking challenge to see who can make that person seem the worst. And I'm not to defend Crazy Hair, because I think everybody was wrong in this situation. But I think Crazy Hair did some stuff that was socially awkward and probably pretty uncool. Definitely did some stuff that was uncool. And I think that the alcohol sort of amplified it. And then there was like this group memory fucking thing. Because, like eyewitnesses are not really good, not accurate most of the time. Like, it's really not as accurate to have an eyewitness as to just have like DNA evidence and shit. And I think what happened was, as a group, they basically rewrote in their heads all this other crazy shit and made it seem so much worse than it really was.
Yeah. All right.
I think, the recording thing was pretty creepy, and like there was like a video thing that was creepy, but if everybody like you thought was cool and you thought like, so you think this whole thing is going to go great, I can see where you have this fantasy in your head, like, oh, these people, I'm going to finally meet all these people I really adore and I really like, and we're all going to be friends and everything's going to go well. And then you meet them and they just shit on you and kick you out and then start shitting on you behind the fucking, like, after you leave. Like, I can see where the motivation is to, like, fucking record that because you're so hurt and angry over the thing. Although the initial motivation was really unrealistic. You know what I mean? Like, she shouldn't have expected that to work out this way.
No, she's definitely fucking crazy, dude. She should really just drop the hair and just go by crazy at this point, dude.
Just go by crazy.
It's pretty fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah. Just to say, like, I'm not trying to justify anything she did. I'm just saying, like, I think that there was probably a lot of exaggeration going on all sides, and a lot of alcohol-induced fucking ridiculousness of people behaving the way they probably wouldn't have it if they were sober.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, have you seen Memory Holiday's video about it that she put out right after?
Oh, that was pretty exaggerated with the fucking like box cutter thing. That was like,
oh, you think she's lying, or you
no,
just
I
think it
think
wasn't
she's
that big
I
of a
think
deal?
she's getting really emotional and like exaggerating about it. You know what I mean? Like making it seem like more of a thing than it was.
Yeah, I don't
Like
know.
you
That
could
would
see that
freak me out
conversation.
with everything else, dude.
I don't. To me, like that's just a funny conversation. Honestly, I can see where people would be concerned, but at the same time, like unless she's like pulling the knife out, oh, I'm gonna cut you, bitch. I don't know. I mean, it just seems like I don't know. Like everything was sort of like getting on the bandwagon of like we all hate this one person, and I'm like,
yeah, but she was pretty much stalking them, dude.
oh yeah,
I mean that's
yeah. I think
fucking
that she
creepy
was
to me
stalking
because
them, but I
you
think
don't
they
know
all
where
went.
stalking can go, dude.
I
Especially with a
think they all
crazy
went.
bitch with a fucking box cutter, dude.
I think they went way too far in bringing it all out into the open instead of just being like, "This is what happened."
Yeah, yeah, like that stream, you know. But I mean, I watched that stream, and the main thing I noticed, well, again, this is because of my history with my ex.
Oh
I
yeah.
saw a bunch of fucking narcissistic or borderline shit, you know. And I didn't even really
Oh yeah.
notice, but until later, until like everybody kind of pointed it out, like, yeah, they were being really fucking mean. But early on, especially, like, I understand the frustration of dealing with someone like Crazy Hair. You know what I
Oh yeah.
mean? I understand it's really frustrating dealing with someone like that.
Oh yeah. No, and
And
they
they
were right. They
definitely,
kicked her out of the party. They had every right to. They, you know, when they shouldn't have invited her in the first place, but they drunkenly did a bad
yeah,
thing,
yeah. They're
and they
kind
had
of like,
every right
oh,
to
what
kick
the
her out,
fuck?
and they should have kicked
Okay,
her out. But
yeah.
I think they should have left it at that after she was gone and just went back to whatever they were doing.
Yeah. Well, you know that she went downstairs and was trying to fucking talk shit about him too, right? Like she was trying to
Oh
fucking
yeah, because she's
tell
wasted
him.
and she got kicked out of a party. That's what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you never hung out
Although
with.
again, if it's somebody that does have a borderline personality or whatever,
Yeah.
it seemed and more vengeful than. All right, well, fuck this. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Oh, it's fair, man.
I fucking have to go, dude.
We don't have to agree.
Shit.
It's fine.
Yeah. Again, I'm not like angry, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to fucking keep talking about this shit from forever ago.
Oh yeah, good
I
point.
did bring it
No,
up though,
sorry,
so again, I'm not fucking.
Oh, I'm just tired. I shouldn't be fucking. I'm just going on about shit. Yeah, fair point.
Man.
Yay,
What else we
Lotus
got? Hey, Lotus Wolf's here. Right on.
She's gonna fart up the chat. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't even know why that did. Oh man, I'm so fucking tired. Oh, maybe we should end. I think I've run out of shit to say.
Nah, fuck, man. Oh, let's talk about Cuba using sonic weapons against U.S. diplomats, dude.
Wait, what?
Oh shit! You never heard about this? Apparently,
Okay.
a bunch of the U.S. diplomats in Cuba were starting to get like these weird symptoms and shit, and allegedly, again, not necessarily from the Cuban government, but probably think that there was some kind of sonic weapon attack, and it was given like one person had like some minor brain damage from it and shit.
Fucking minor brain damage. Jeez.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So again, like the U.S. was like, all right, we're not saying that it was the government directly, but apparently they pulled like a couple of them. They kicked a couple of Cuban diplomats out of the U.S. because they said they failed to protect our diplomats there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of breakdown in diplomacy lately, and everybody wants to blame Trump, but I think it's just been coming for a while.
Yeah, it was kind of nerve. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, finish your thought.
Oh no, I think it's been coming for a while. It's just like it's every so often everybody just starts to get fucking weird and fronting on each other and shit.
Yeah, but I thought that one was nuts. Yeah. Or did you see the did you see the thing about North Korea apparently has a wonder drug that cures not only AIDS and cancer but also Ebola.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like there's a picture of like Kim Jong Il and which one's alive? Un, right? Kim Jong Un.
I don't remember. It's fucking Kim Jong something or other.
Yeah. Well, it shows like him and someone else. They're all in fucking lab coats and shit. And then they're like, "Yeah, we cured it with this wonder drug." Like, all right, sure you did.
That's fucked up. Because then people are gonna fucking believe them and take the wonder drug and just not get any help.
Right.
You know, like that's the really fucked up part about that. That's like in World War II, there were like the fucking Emperor of Japan gave out like these fucking pajamas and said they were like proof against nuclear weapons and shit.
Oh wow.
Like, they would protect them against radiation. It was pretty fucked.
Damn, that is fucked. Although, yeah, I guess it would only be. I thought you were talking about people outside of North Korea would believe it. I was like,
no, I think the people in North Korea, like, because they're already so fucked. But like, you know, if you get fucking Ebola in North Korea, and then you go take this magical pill and it does a goddamn fuck all, you know, like,
right. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Oh, there's all kinds of lunacy coming out of there. But then again, if you don't poop and you can shoot a round of golf, a 27 for a round of golf, you probably have all kinds of free time to cure Ebola and all that.
That's true.
I would imagine. It's fucking some of their fucking origin stories are fucking awesome.
It just makes me wonder, like, do they have like somebody whose job it is just to make that weird shit up?
I wouldn't doubt it. You know, there was a double rainbow on the day he was born, and he never shits. And yeah, yeah, 27 on a fucking 18-hole golf course. That is impressive.
The hoops one gets me. Like, do you really need to go that far?
Yeah, that is ridiculous, dude.
Nobody believes that you don't poop, man. I'm sure a lot of people in Korea do, but that's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Like, I don't even poop.
Yeah, I mean, there's the kids' book that clearly contradicts you.
Yeah, everybody poops.
Everyone poops, but
yeah, I think the U.S. needs to fucking start going isolationist. Just withdraw from the majority of stuff going on in the world for at least like 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, kick the United Nations out.
Let them miss us for a while. Let them miss United States aid for every little thing. Let them miss the money and shit.
Yeah, the military.
Let's see what it's like when we're not giving billions of dollars away. You know.
Yeah. Although I'd imagine that we'd have to keep some of the military presence in places.
Oh yeah, no, keep the military presence as it is. Like, don't lose ground, but just stop trying to gain ground. Just stop trying.
Oh, right.
You know, stop giving away free money all the time. Because it's not the troops that are the problem. It's that we just can't keep giving away billions and billions of taxpayer dollars for fucking nothing.
Yeah, just think about how much it costs to accommodate the United Nations alone. Yeah. Between all those diplomats and all that shit, that's a shitload of money, dude. And we're covering the whole fucking bill for them to be there in New York. Yeah, tying up traffic and whatnot.
Yeah, I think Miggy's right. We should probably have some foster some better ties with Russia too. Just right. U.S. just renounces all of their fucking ties except the Russian one. We're no longer anyone's ally. Man. Russia, we're gonna be friends.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. We probably do give something like $500 billion a year. It'd be really nice to see what $500 billion a year could do for our fucking infrastructure in the U.S., like roads and fucking power lines.
Yeah,
and shit like that.
Dams. Have you seen how shitty dams and bridges are in this country?
Yeah, that $500 billion could go to like charging stations because a lot of people would love to have electric vehicles. And if, because originally, like the reason gas powered motors got so big was because the government gave grants out to build gas stations.
Right.
So they basically paid to have gas stations put in across the country. Well, if they put, a grant out so that there were charging stations at each of the gas stations, then electric cars would be a lot more useful.
But again, you know how much oil companies make, though.
Yeah, no, I know
how much of an influence they have, dude. That's why that doesn't happen.
See, now, if you elect me as president in 2020, I will use the CIA before I change everyone over and stop the letter things. I will use the spies to kill all the oil company people.
Nice.
And they will be in such disarray that they won't be able to put a stop to fucking me putting power charging stations around all over the place.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd be vice president. I thought your toaster was going to be the president.
Maybe the toaster could be president. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen a video for the toaster. I've never seen
that was when Trump was running, though. When Trump was running against Hillary.
Yeah, I know, dude.
And I was just like, you know what? My toaster would make a better president than any of the options we have.
Yeah, you're like, you can't do any worse.
I still think we got the best of the three that were running, like Trump, and I don't count Gary Johnson because he was just a fucking moron.
Yeah, he was a fucking lunatic. They had a real chance, dude. If they would have had a guy that wasn't fucking crazy, well, no, they probably still wouldn't have won. But
if they'd run somebody other than Gary Johnson who wasn't crazy, a substantial amount of people from both sides would have voted. But I think the outcome would have been the same. I think we might have actually shown a little bit of viability of a third party, but I doubt it would have done much to sway the outcome.
Yeah, it would have been more for going forward, like, oh shit, you might actually be able to have a third party.
Bernie should have fucking run as an independent because that's what he fucking was.
Yeah. Although he always
joined the Democrat Party to run as a Democrat, he should have run as independent. He might have had a chance to sway the election a little more. I don't.
There would have been a lot of people
that
would have voted for Bernie Sanders, dude. Yeah, but I think, I don't know what his reasoning was for not doing that. I mean, I know they always caucused or whatever you want to call it with the Democrats, even being an independent, but still, like, yeah, you must have known Hillary was going to win, man.
Well, yeah, the DNC literally committed fraud in order to make Hillary win.
Yeah,
they literally took money that people had donated for Bernie Sanders' campaign and used it for Hillary Clinton's campaign. That is fraud and illegal.
Wow, I didn't realize that. I'd never heard that. Wow.
And that's why everybody was so angry about the whole thing with Bernie Sanders. That it was so weird that it just got swept under the rug. Because it's legitimately a crime. It's a fucking felony. The DNC committed a felony.
Yeah, I'm amazed that
nobody fucking cares.
Yeah. Although maybe there are people investigating it, but I doubt it. Like maybe it just takes so long to investigate, but yeah, I kind of doubt it.
I think it's one of those things where like it's sort of a standard practice where the president just lets go of all the political rivalry after the fact. And I really wish that Trump wouldn't. I think it'd be really nice.
Yeah, in this case, I wouldn't mind him.
Criminal charges against Hillary Clinton for all the email stuff and all the obstruction of justice stuff. And pursued criminal charges against the DNC for the fraud.
Yeah, I think most people now would. Like, in any other scenario, it would almost seem like you're just being vengeful. But, like, Hillary really needs to be fucking arrested, dude.
Yeah.
She's done so much fucking horrible shit. Yeah.
Whether she goes to jail or not, she should at the very least have to stand trial for the crimes she committed.
Yeah, and the evidence should be
presented on national TV. They really need to follow up on that.
Yeah, like people should hear the evidence against her, dude, because there's a lot of it, dude.
Yeah. And if Trump had gone through, and what was the thing is, Trump should have gone and immediately fired Comey and everybody that worked for Comey from the FBI to start with.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have waited until like the Russian investigation and all that other shit. Although I find it hilarious that people are like, that's obstruction of justice. You're a fucking dummy and you don't understand how, number one, FBI investigations work, and number two, how what obstruction of justice is.
Right. I just like to shout it.
Comey was fucking investigating Trump. Comey was the guy that ran the FBI. The FBI was investigating Trump. Comey being fired would never have changed a goddamn thing. It's not obstruction of justice because there's no change whatsoever in the investigation.
Yeah, it's amazing how shit gets spun and fucking depending on who you like. They're like, oh yeah, it's obstruction, or he should not have pardoned Joe Arpaio, or that kind of shit. And Arpaio has done fucked up shit over the years, but still.
The only thing that matters to me, he was denied multiple occasions. He was denied a trial by jury, which is a constitutional right. So as far as I'm concerned, like you have a right to face your accuser, you have the right to a jury of your peers deciding your case, and you have a right to be considered innocent until proven guilty. They pretty much ignored all of his rights and just railroaded him, and it was political more than anything else. And it was absolutely unacceptable. And Trump did exactly what he should have done.
Yeah, because again, anybody who's complaining about it wasn't on his side anyway. I mean,
the judicial branch needed a big smack in the face, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is why you have the different branches, and it's not exactly working because there's a lot of corruption everywhere. This is why you have the 3 different branches to kind of counteract each other.
The problem is, the problem right now is that they're not putting any of the checks on the judicial branch, and the judicial branch is interpreting the law, which is not their fucking job.
Right.
Their job is to determine whether the law was broken or not. Their job is not to interpret it. They are to take it as fucking written.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how you get shit like Citizens United and how the travel ban is only partially allowed.
Right.
And I think
the fucking court judges, the circuit court judges are like, no, I'm going to take this out. And like, it's not.
And they had no business because it's not within their authority anyway.
Yeah. So
it's
that
the
is
president's authority.
scary.
They had no business putting any sort of injunction on that. And he should have just continued to enforce the ban regardless.
Yeah, and regardless of what that particular judge wanted to be true.
Well, and here's
it was
the
an
thing.
Overreach, dude.
It's one of the checks and balances, and it's not being used.
Yeah.
So the check against the judicial branch's power is they have the power to make the decision. They do not have any means of enforcing that decision.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the balance of their power, is that they can't enforce a decision if they choose to ignore the law or begin to behave as a political body. Both the Congress and the president branch can completely ignore them. And be like, you guys are out of line, and until you figure out what's going on, we're going to do what we're going to do.
Yeah. But that's a problem, is the corruption's everywhere, man.
Yeah, well, but it would have been enough of a smack in the face that the judicial branch would have been like, oh, maybe we better fucking figure it out.
Yeah, let me go back and read my job description.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's something I think, like a constitutionalist, like, what's his name, that Trump put in there? Gorky or something?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, but the Supreme Court justice probably would have appreciated that. Oh, good night, Lotus. You're saying goodbye in the chat. Have a good night.
Oh, yeah.
Or woman.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, that would have been, I think, the most appropriate way to handle it, because it was one of those things in my opinion. Gorsuch, thank you, Carrot. It really would have been a good opportunity for the president to really fucking flex his muscles and show, like, hey, I do understand how this government works. I do understand the basis for this country, and I do have this authority, and it's not going to get taken away because there's some political bullshit in the fucking judge's office.
Right.
But,
Yeah, there's a lot of cleaning house that needs to be done in a lot of spots, I think.
Yeah. It'd be nice to fucking wipe the slate. Just fucking get rid of all of it and just rewrite everything.
Yeah,
start with just the fucking Bill of Rights and the Constitution, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Because
that would be interesting.
Oh, go ahead, yeah.
Right. No, that was pretty much.
I was just saying, I personally think that they need to rewrite the laws at a 5th grade level, like they write newspapers. There shouldn't be laws that people can't understand. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, or that they can fucking try to interpret the way they want to interpret it because the language is so fucking outlandish.
The laws need to be written more simply and less.
Yeah, legalese should not exist anymore, dude.
There should never be a law that's 100 pages long.
Right.
That's absurd. It should never be more than like a paragraph.
Yeah, or maybe a couple pages if it's particularly complex.
No, never more than a paragraph. If it's more than a paragraph, you're probably trying to write laws for more than one thing at a time. And you need to go back and reevaluate and separate out into different laws what you're writing.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Yeah. If it's that complex, you need to break some shit up and do that some other section, some other law.
Yeah. Well, it's like Obamacare is technically illegal. It should have been struck down like years ago. The only way Obama managed to get it by is by calling it a tax. And Obamacare is clearly not a tax.
Wow. I didn't even realize that.
It's technically considered a tax law. And because the government is not allowed to decide what you buy.
Yeah.
That's way outside their thing. They're not allowed to be like, guess what? We're selling this and you're going to have to pay us for it.
Yeah.
And we're going to set all the prices. That's beyond the government's purview. It's completely unconstitutional.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty insane that they fucking... and how high the fucking prices got. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people think that introducing, like, the thing is, everybody doesn't want Trump to repeal and replace, and it's like, but if he introduces some competition, it's going to drive a lot of the prices and fees down, and it's going to be better for everybody in the long run. You're going to get better treatment, better prices. It's just
right. Yeah.
more likely you'll be able to actually choose your doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's generally the free market. Although, I don't know, a lot of the healthcare, I would like to see the healthcare companies have to be nonprofit.
I don't think they need to be nonprofit, but there is profit. You could regulate how much of a profit they can make.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
So you can say, like, you can make 200% of your investment, or you can make 300% of your investment, and that's maximum kind of thing. I think if you make them nonprofit, they won't work as well.
Right.
I don't think if that.
Yeah, that's true. I guess they'd have to have some kind of
because there's a balance. You don't want pure capitalism, but you don't want communism either. You know what I mean? Like, both of them end up in really bad, dark places. You want some really good balance.
But yeah, I think it's just being beholden to shareholders that can be, you know, you're going to want to try to be fucking make as much money as possible for everybody, and that can be corrupting.
Yeah, and you can set limits on profits without destroying business. That's not not a real issue. It just, you can't do it on all your businesses, and you have to be very, very careful about how you go about it.
Yeah, it's a
wait. There's
slippery
a
slope. What happened?
Apparently, there's a law that's trying to get searching without warrants. That's fucking.
Oh wow,
that's not cool. That's really disturbing. Is that a Trump thing, or is that a fucking McCain
Chief
thing?
Justice Roberts?
Well, Chief Justice Roberts is the one who was the tiebreaker on Obamacare.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
At least I think so. I think that's what Kara was saying.
Is that the one that said supports the warrantless search law? I think it is. Right? I think that's what.
Yeah.
I think that's what Carrot's saying. No.
I think Carrot was referring. She supports the warrantless search law. Might be the aunt that Carrot has. I don't know. I'm not really good at following chat. Yeah, I know this is completely different. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay. My apologies, Carrot.
That's some crazy shit. Yeah, I'll have to look at that and see what's up with this warrant search law. Trump signed it.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's dangerous, dude. That's I don't like that at all. Yeah. Take that.
Okay, warrantless searches. So Congress overwhelmingly supported it, which means it's definitely corporate horse shit. Area Transit Authority, Interstate Compact Agency of the District of Columbia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, and the state of Maryland. It looks like it's for transport. So essentially, from what I'm getting here.
So it's more fun. You mean like shipping? Is that what you're saying? Like shipping stuff, or a different kind
bill
of
that will allow homes to be searched without a warrant has passed with overwhelming support by the United States Congress and signed into law by President Trump, and it happened with no media coverage and very little fanfare, which tells me that it's absolutely. It basically forms a commission that has the authority to enter property anywhere near a metro rail system without limitation and without a warrant.
That sounds shady, dude. I'm not sure exactly how yet, but that definitely sounds shady.
Well, and it's for making inspections, investigations, examinations, and testing. So this doesn't give them into anyone's house, but it's clear violation of the Fourth Amendment.
Yeah. What is that? Railways run through shitty neighborhoods, and they want to be able to just raid shitty neighborhoods?
Only 5 of us voted against the bill. See, this is
why
I get so sick of the Trump, Russia, Trump fucking racist bullshit. Is because they're just a smokescreen to pass shit like this.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, they have, or identity politics is the same shit. It's a fucking distraction.
And I bet Trump passed it because it's like everybody but 5 people voted for it. So you're probably like, well, I better fucking sign it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that's how.
Well, because of that, even if he vetoed it, they still would have been able to.
Yeah, that's true. They already had the absolute majority, right? If he vetoes it, it's got to be what, the 2/3?
I think it might actually be 3/4, but either way, they would have had it.
Yeah, they had it. Yeah, so it would have been pointless.
Yeah, the supermajority or whatever it's called. So
yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it would have just delayed whatever.
Of course, that kind of goes along with their bullshit. Yeah, it is inherently unconstitutional. 2/3 of both houses. Yeah, okay. It's 2/3, and that it's both houses. I forgot about that. But speaking of checks and balances in the fucking government, there's the 100-mile band around the border of the United States where essentially, 3/4 is for ratification of the amendment of the Constitution. You're right. There we go. That's what I was getting to.
All right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's like a 100-mile border around all the borders that are with other countries in the U.S., where essentially they've deemed the Constitution to not apply.
Wow.
When it comes to like searches and seizures, because they're like, we need to protect our borders so they can search whatever car they want. They don't need probable cause, and they can just hold people and all this kind of shit.
Yeah. Wow. It's fucking crazy.
And it's like, yeah, that seems somewhat reasonable when you think about, well, we're protecting our borders, but when you look at like how many of our citizens are getting, harassed and fucked over, it stops seeming quite so reasonable.
Yeah, it's something that obviously the spirit of the laws is not being done. It's just fucking being taking advantage of a loophole, basically, to fuck with people.
Well, and the thing is, oh wow, Miggy used to town has a bug that flew into his hair that he was making friends with. And he thinks he got stuck, but he killed the bug. I think you need to give that bug a funeral.
Yes, with honors, with military honors, full military honors.
Said 21 gun salute, like my grandpa had. Of course, my grandpa had like a silver star and a purple heart. So, yeah, that's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I mean, it looks like it's only for like a few states. Basically, like the Northeast Coast has a bunch of states with metro, like trains and shit. And so essentially, they just get to go through whatever house near a metro line. It doesn't even like really clarify how far away from a metro line.
Wow.
I'm assuming it's bullshit anti-terrorism stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, if you stop whining about fucking profiling and let people use it as a tool, just not the only tool,
right.
Terrorists.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous that they make that big of a deal about.
And if you're looking for a crack dealer, you're probably looking for a young black dude or a young Mexican dude. Like, let's just be real.
Right.
And if you're looking for a serial killer, you're looking for like a white guy my age. Let's be fucking real.
Yeah.
I want you to catch whichever one.
Especially, statistically speaking,
Yeah, no, Carrot. Yeah, Carrot's right. It does set a really bad precedent. The search. I don't know, man. It's creepy as fuck. It's the corporate fucking overlords.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it's like you were saying. That's they don't want you seeing that shit. They want that, and and again, obviously, the big media stuff is like you said, almost all of it's controlled by like 3 dudes.
Yeah, it's
and
all controlled by
they
the
don't
people
want
who are
that.
trying to take control of the government and our fucking country. So
Yeah,
why wouldn't they smoke screen?
yeah. So they'll pass that through with hardly anybody noticing, but then the news is all about fucking identity politics or Russia's the fucking hack the election, a bunch of bullshit that shouldn't fucking matter really,
And
or
the
that
funny
is just
thing
bullshit.
Wikipedia came out and just said straight out, no, Seth Rich leaked the information to us from the DNC. It had nothing to do with Russia whatsoever.
Yeah.
And this was all race riots and statues. Yeah, people are all fucking worried about fucking General Robert E. Lee statue instead, and fucking they're just like quietly killing the Constitution again in Congress.
Yeah, I'm just hoping nobody's noticing, which, again, once you have control of the media, although, you know what, I think that a lot of people have woken up, especially within the last year or so.
Yeah, well, I wonder if Trump is really enough. I'm making use of how the solution is to kick out all the other races. I'm wondering if Trump is really enough, or if it's going to take armed insurrection, like where we just literally go in and be like, we're just going to shoot you all now and start over with a new group. Bye.
Yeah, it's going to be like a guerrilla warfare. Like, dude, we'll fucking track you down, motherfuckers.
Guerrilla warfare. You see, it's guerrilla warfare in all those countries where guns are scarce. But in the United States, there's more than 1 gun per person in the country, owned privately by citizens.
Yeah. Well, I just meant like we're not going to be able to line up as fucking, it would be more like assassination type shit. Like I think you kind of mentioned that idea before. Like you had to take out like the Koch brothers and any of those types.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and get them in fearing for their fucking lives. Where if they're going to want to try to fucking get that much power, we're going to find out about it. Fucking somebody's going to kill you.
Well, I always find it amusing when people think that the United States military could control the whole country. It's like, fucking, this country is huge and well armed. There's no way.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be possible. Like our military could probably control 2 or 3 states at most.
But there's enough of well-trained people that will take out, pretty much anybody that want to. They're determined.
And like the drone thing makes sense if you don't account for the fact that they work because the drone pilots are like thousands of miles away. Whereas if we have a revolution in the U.S., the drone pilots are next fucking door. It's a lot easier to get to the drone pilots when you fucking live next door to one of them.
Right, like somebody lives near them, motherfuckers, wherever they're at.
Yeah, Mickey, I have a feeling Trump is going to be just like every other politician. I think he's probably going to do some stuff that people want, and he's going to do some things that the corporate people want, and we're all going to get fucked in the end like we do every time.
Yeah.
But
it seemed like he actually had decent intentions. Like, I mean, for his own glorification, but I think he wants to do a good job. What his motivation are if he actually is trying.
I think if enough people start seeing this stuff and shaming him, he might actually take some actions for the people. But I don't know that he can do it on his own. Because remember,
it's tough when you have even other Republicans, like Rubio or fucking McCain here in Arizona,
screwing him over.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking
Paul Ryan.
Yeah,
I'm wondering, like, dude, I honestly think there's going to be a huge Republican majority by the end of 2018 elections.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, they're all acting like, oh, there's going to be such a huge swing back, and like, no, I think most people are tired of the fucking Democrats' bullshit, dude.
Yeah, they're talking about blue wave. I think they're going to get a red wave.
All right. Yeah, I would not be surprised at all, man. They're like, no, we're tired of fucking having this bitch. Who was the chick that was? I don't know what she was going for in the DNC, but she's like, it's my job as a white person.
Oh, I know.
Tell other white people to shut up. So, or whatever the fuck, what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, I can't remember what position she was supposed to be going for, but it was basically saying it's my job to tell other white people to shut up, listen to minorities, or let minorities talk, or some weird shit like that. But yeah, like, dude, how do you? That happened after the election. Like, how do you not, recognize that people kind of rejected the fucking bullshit?
Yeah, people rejected the entire system. That's what Trump stood for. Was a complete break from the fucking bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and although if you listen to what's his name, to Sticks, I can't say his whole fucking name. Sticks Hexenhammer, is it?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Hexenhammer.
But yeah, he's like, dude, he's going to end up being just basically like a mild reformer, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. That's what I assumed when he was running. I'm like, he might make some positive reforms. If we're really lucky, he'll get a second term. And the way the left is going, I think it's pretty likely he will. He may not run. He may end up withdrawing and letting what's his Spencer? Not Spencer. I can't remember the vice president's name. I'm so out of it.
Pence.
Pence. He might let Pence run or something. But I think we're likely going to get. I imagine this thing with the Democrats is probably going to run its course. Probably by 3 years into his term. By the end of the third year, it's just going to people are just going to laugh at him, and then the people will see like, oh well, the fucking stock market skyrocketed, jobs are on the rise, the government's doing better, and Trump is the president, so we're probably going to vote for him again, and that's more likely to vote him back in.
That's what I find amazing is you almost have to search out to figure out that everything's actually going pretty fucking well. Like it's not reported by many people.
By any people, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pence is definitely vice president as an insurance policy.
Right. Like, all right, you want to... Although that wouldn't surprise me if they still ended up assassinating. I mean, if he actually tried to make wholesale changes... Generally, the thing that happens to any people that try to do that is they get assassinated.
I would not at all be surprised if Trump were assassinated or impeached and removed if civil war was the next step.
Yeah. And if he was impeached, absolutely, dude. The assassination thing, they could obviously pin it on some lone nut or whatever, like they did with Oswald.
Yeah, I don't know that it would be successful, but I think you would literally get armed insurrection from a fairly large amount of people.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't be surprised. And, especially because we're aware. I mean, I think even nowadays, it's something like 68% of people pretty much know that Lee Harvey Oswald didn't kill Kennedy and that there was a conspiracy. So there's a pretty good chunk of the population that is aware that that went down. So yeah, if there's another one and they try to pull some bullshit patsy shit, I can absolutely see that happen.
Well, the thing is with impeachment is Carrot saying they have no grounds for impeachment. They don't actually have to have any proof of a crime. They just have to have reasonable certainty that he's not fit for the job for some reason.
Yeah, and they can almost just be a feeling of they have. Like, we just don't think he's got it, so that's enough.
Well, Pence would definitely pardon him. We haven't had a president like successfully impeached other than like Nixon, and he withdrew. He gave up the office in order to avoid the impeachment. Impeachment isn't being convicted of a crime. It's just being removed from office. It's not even being removed from office. It's just being put up to a vote whether or not Congress is going to remove him from office. And that's the thing I'm concerned of is that there will be civil war if things don't actually start changing.
Yeah, I kind of think it's going to start as it might get up to the level of civil war. I kind of describe it more as more like a gang war at first, and then kinds of right now it already is kind of a gang war right now.
Yeah, it is like a criminal indictment, but they don't have to have any proof of a crime. It's weird. It's basically one of the checks and balances.
That is pretty crazy.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's the system. But I don't think they're going to impeach him because I think the Republicans would recognize, would stand against it just as a stand. Like they would never allow the first president to be impeached and removed from office to be Republican. Too much pride.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts, though. Yeah, that's why I think they might think they can get away with the assassination thing, dude. Just because they've done it before, it's happened before. Although, yeah, he's not doing. I don't think he's doing nearly as much stuff as Kennedy was doing, pissing off nearly as many people as Kennedy was pissing off.
I think Trump has private security that he's employing as well as Secret Service. So I think he has people that are not part of the system as part of his security.
Yeah, that's
I doubt he's given up any of his private security people, and I bet they're better than the Secret Service on average.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure he could afford better than, even though the Secret Service makes a pretty decent living. I'm sure he can afford to pay even better. I'm absolutely certain of that. And just for you guys out there, if me and Stabby suddenly come down with esophageal cancer, it's because of this stream.
Yeah. My heart is in perfect working condition. I want to make that clear.
I do have high cholesterol, admittedly, but that's a big one. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but cancer of the esophagus. Like it seems like anybody that, and again, we're not high, obviously important enough to fucking deserve it in real life. But suddenly people will develop cancer of the esophagus, and they're after being completely healthy. You know. So that's the thing that happens to anybody that like government agents want to kill is, yeah, wow, I suddenly developed cancer of the esophagus somehow.
Yeah, maybe we should start figuring out like lullabies to sing after every podcast or hangout or whatever, so that people have like a little comforting moment at the end. My throat wasn't so fucking rough by the end of these. I would definitely do that.
Have a nice little lullaby for all the fellow insomniacs out there.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you can hear it, but my voice gets worse and worse every time.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice, but yeah, I'm not that sharp on hearing.
Oh, it's more like my throat hurts more as we go.
Yeah, you ready to cut it short then, dude?
I'm thinking my throat's starting to fucking get really bad.
Yeah, we've been at it now for over 3 hours, so yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Oh, there we go. All right. So sorry about the fucking bummer ending there, Miggy and Carrot, and anybody who watches this later. But fucking welcome to reality. Life sucks. Then you die.
Good night. Sweet dreams.